Good evening and welcome to Darling Stadium in Hampton, Virginia for the first game of the 2011 Virginia High School League Division V football playoffs. Tonight, the top-seeded Hampton High Crabbers welcome to Darling Stadium the number 8-seeded team, the Stallions of Green Run High School from Virginia Beach. This is Frank Edgar Jr. I'm joined in the booth tonight on this 2011 Veterans Day by veteran broadcasters Bob Hentz and Brent Musgrove to bring you not only the first game of the Division V playoffs, but also the first of 4 first-round Eastern Region playoff games this weekend featuring 5 of the 10 Peninsula District teams. Hampton returns to the playoffs for the 9th straight year tonight, looking to capture the Division V state crown for the first time since winning it in 2005. The Crabbers come into the playoffs with a record of 8-2, having finished second in the Peninsula District behind the Woodside Wolverines. The Crabbers, once at 2-2 on the year, are riding a 6-game winning streak and still enjoying the euphoria of defeating their hometown rivals, the Phoebus Phantoms, last weekend in overtime, 13-10. Green Run comes in as a little bit of a mystery. They come out of the Beach District, where they are the only Division V school amongst the 11 teams in that division. Green Run finished with a 5-5 record on the year, winning 3 of their last 4 games, and have finished tied with 2 other teams for 5th place. The Stallions have played and lost to all 3 Beach teams headed to the playoffs this year, but played well in 2 of those 3 games. The Stallions have no wins this year over teams that finished greater than 5-5, though. Green Run makes its first appearance in the playoffs since 2008, when the Stallions lost to the Phoebus Phantoms 47-0 on the Phantoms' way to their first of 3 straight D5 state titles. Bob, we got a team we know well, and we got a team we don't know at all. What can you say?
Well, one thing I'm going to say right up front, I think I was back with Tim Cole there. You don't have any more hair than Tim had. But you look at these 2 teams, and they are, it's a mystery when you look at Green Run because you can't get any stats. I know you talked to Dave Johnson. He couldn't get any stats. But they're basically a passing team, and their quarterback is Genoa.
Dominic Genoa.
He's Mr. Everything for them. Hampton on the other side has just got some great players, and I look at number 55, and you and I talked about him a couple of weeks ago, and you was so impressed with the way Christopher Flood has improved especially on defense. He's a hitting machine out there.
He really is. Christopher Flood started playing intermittently in the last couple of years, came on strong last year. You notice him right away with the long dreadlocks. But he is a hard-hitting defender, and this year playing on the offensive line as well. He and Dante Wilson have done very well to lead that line and create what has been a nice barrier for the quarterback, the new quarterback for the Crabbers this year, Jeremy Eubank.
Yeah, and Eubank is he's a gem. I mean, this young man can really throw the ball. We had a chance earlier to talk. You and I had to talk earlier, and we're going to go down. Right now I see that Brent's got coach from Green Run down there. Let's go down and let's see what Brent's got.
Thanks. I'm here with head coach Sean Wilson. Coach, Green Run, you've had a tough year. 5-5 on record, but all the teams you played were Division VI teams. So we might be looking at an 8-2 team in Division V. Just we'll talk a little bit about you real quick. You went to the University of Florida. You played for Sperria, but you ended up graduating from Norfolk State. Quite a background in football, local and big time in college. Having said that, like I say, you come in here 5-5, and this is your 5th year. Good defense, good offense. You throw a little bit. I want to talk to you about a couple of your players. Your quarterback, thrown for 1,500 yards. Genoa, can you tell us what he means to the team and about him a little bit?
Dominic is the backbone of our team right now. He's threw for 1,600 yards this season so far. Transformed from a receiver to a quarterback, and he's doing a great job for us. He leads the offense, and he just does a great job for us.
He also has a good running game, doesn't he?
Yes, he also has a running game. He's rushed for over 500 yards this year, so we use him as a dual threat, running and throwing.
So out of the quarterback position alone, you're looking at 2,200 yards.
That's correct.
All right, let's talk about a defensive leader right here. We're talking about Mark Hall. Now, this guy, he plays tight end and linebacker. Bring your defense in with him.
All right, Mark Hall, he's a UVA commit. Excited about this game. He's excited. He wants to show what he can do. He's been doing great, been getting a lot of sacks and be able to stop the run. On offense, he's a big threat, on the offense side of the ball, be able to run down the seam and run outs and catch the ball for us. So he's a big target for Dominic.
Well, one last thing before I get to your last question. I want to thank you and your staff and all the people over there that got me to you. You guys have been great helping us. Now this last question, we talked about it a little bit the other day. 5th year coaching, third time in the playoffs already. What are these playoffs? I know most people take it for granted sometimes when they get into playoffs. But what do these playoffs mean to your players and you when they've worked so hard all year?
The playoffs is an awesome experience for the guys and for the Green Run community. We get a chance to get in and show what we can do. We play a lot of good playoff teams. Like, we lost to 4 of them this year. So my guys are really excited about the playoffs. And this is the first time this group has been able to get in. Great week of practice, and I think we're ready to go.
Well, Coach, I want to thank you so much for the cooperation early in the week and wish you good luck tonight. And thanks again. Look forward to seeing you every year. All right, guys, I'm going to pitch it. Frank, it's back up to you, buddy. Thanks.
Thank you, Brent. I enjoyed hearing a little bit from the coach over there for the Green Run Stallions. I do have a couple of stats. Green Run's running back carried it nearly 700 yards this year with 4 touchdowns. That's Damian Smith being wearing number 1 tonight. And the quarterback is the leader of that team, Dominic Genoa. 111 for 228 on the year, 1,609 yards through the air, 9 touchdowns. He does have 10 picks, so it'll be interesting to see if the Crabber secondary can take advantage of that apparent weakness. We'll see. Now we're going to talk down. We've sent Bob down to the field to talk to Coach Smith. I think he's caught up with him. Bob Hintz, take it away with Coach Smith.
Hi, good. I got Mike Smith here, Hampton Crabber coach forever. First of all, what makes the Peninsula District so tough year after year after year?
I don't know if we're any tougher than anybody else or not, but I think there's a lot of competition, a lot of speed. Getting tough everywhere right now.
Well, you know, you look at the coaches, and you've been here forever, but you've seen some good coaches come and go through, but you've kind of set the bar pretty high.
Well, I don't know about that. We've been around a long time. I've been fortunate enough to have some assistants been with me for a long time, and some of the guys that played that came back and have coached. And we've had a good, we've had a great tradition. We've had the kids that come back and play they're still very disciplined and good kids, enjoy the game, so it's still a lot of fun.
Well, that's really good. Now, this young man, Bellamy, kind of been hurt all year, but what a fine player that guy is.
They don't come any better than Kayvon Bellamy. He kind of sets the bar for everyone. And he has. He played through a great deal of pain and injury. Hadn't been for Wayne McMaster's Tidewater Physical Therapy, I don't think he'd be playing now. But he's worked really diligently with him. Kayvon has just persevered and came back and had a really good game last week. I mean, he just played his heart out. Kind of kept him off the offense. He's trying to sneak in on me, and I'm trying to keep him out because I can ill afford to lose him, or we can't get him off that defense.
He's a man among boys out there sometimes. But and Jeremy Eubank went through a lot of things, and you took one of my questions where I was going to talk about McMaster's, but let's talk a little bit about what he did for Eubank.
Well, Eubank apparently had a good surgeon in Richmond that did his hand when he cut the ligaments, and came back and worked with a hand therapist down here, and then for the strength of his hand and the throwing motion, Wayne McMaster took him in and did a tremendous job with him. I know the first time we played him, the ball was floating around out there, and he took him in, tested him, and the time he left there, he tripled the strength in his hand. So he's come a long ways. He's a very fortunate young man. He's a great kid, though. He's a hard worker.
Well, that's always makes it nice when the kids will put in the time with it. Now, if you were to pick an MVP, it might be Wayne McMaster's.
That would be. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. I mean, about 5 of ours he got back on the field, plus about 3 of Felix's last week. The Pittman kid he'd worked with all week, I understand. Wayne didn't tell me that after the game, but he'd had him in all week also, and he'd worked with some of the other kids. I saw Boombox and the offensive guard up there one day when I was up there myself, and so he's treated a lot of them. He does a great job with the kids. He's got that new facility up on 17 and does a great job with them.
Last question, Mike. What do you expect from Green Run tonight?
Well, we've played Green Run over the years off and on many times, and they're well coached, got good speed, run well, they hit you. A lot of multiple formations. A little bit of difference in the way we play defense. We're mostly zone, and they used to playing man-to-man, so we'll kind of see how that goes, I mean, we like to be looking at what's in front of us most of the time. Try not to let it get behind us.
I hear you. Good luck to your night, Coach.
I appreciate it. Thanks, bud.
All right, let's go back up to the booth and Frank.
Thank you, Bob. Appreciate that. Always good to hear from Coach Smith. He once again undersells his team. They're loaded with members of the newly named All Peninsula District team. So we should see a good group of Crabbers tonight, as we see every year in the playoffs. Now let's take it back down to Bob and Brent for a wrap-up of tonight's pregame.
Bob, playoff time, brother. Don't get no better than this, huh?
This is what we always look for. And I remember talking to Danny Mitchell years ago, and he says, hey, if we ain't still practicing and it's around Thanksgiving, he says, I feel like I'm lost.
Yes, I got nowhere to go. Well, we spent a lot of time on the road this week, going to Green Run into Warwick, and you going to Hampton, and me going over to see Coach Sexton for tomorrow night's game. It's been quite interesting. This game tonight, you're looking at a team, I'll talk about Green Run a little bit. They only show 5-5, but every team they played was Division VI. And 4 of the teams that they lost to are in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So we're really not sure what we're looking at here tonight.
Yeah, and like Mike Smith said, they're going to throw a lot of different formations at you and do some things, but they've just got one guy that's probably the 90% of their offense, and that's a quarterback.
Jenna, I talked to the coach about him a little bit. If you look at his stats, he's run for almost 700 yards, and he's thrown for over 15, almost 1,600 yards. So like you said, a whole lot of the offense generates out of that one position. And I have to think that makes Mike happy.
Yeah.
If you start it with the same place every time with the ball, then you know who you got to stop.
Well, and you got a guy like Bellamy that he's a leader in the heart and soul of that defense. And he will, you get around him, he's going to pop you. And then you look on the offensive side, and Eubank is getting better and better and better. And it's a little windy out here, but it's nothing like what we had last week.
Right.
Well, I was talking to Stan Sexton, and he moved about 4 steps. And, you got a big wind if you're going to blow Stan anywhere. But Hampton's defense has always been good, and you and I have said that. We have watched them. You can bend, but they won't let you in the end zone.
This season has just shown the first 3 weeks they were searching for a backup quarterback, and they had a great talent in there. These guys played 9 positions, everything but bus driver, Newsom. But they've won the last 6 games, and other than the Phoebus game, they've been going away.
Right.
And defense has been the key to everything they've been doing. Their offense is there. But like you say, they're going to hurt you if they can on that line. They're going to make you pay a price.
They're going to make you pay a price. But, and I look at what they've lost a lot with Bellamy, especially running the ball, because he had such a great year last year. But this Williams kid has stepped in and has taken up a lot of slack, which allows Mike to not play Bellamy so much on offense and keep him on a defensive line, because Mike said he's my man on defense.
Yeah, he calls the defensive plays, and on defense he can protect himself a little bit. On offense, everybody's taking a shot at you.
Yeah, and he's shooting at his ankles and his legs.
Well, having said all that, why don't I just throw it right back to you, and we'll go from here.
Well, I got to, again, look at what's going to happen on the offensive and defensive line. And I think Hampton is fundamentally probably a little sounder. They can play a Division VI team and beat them. And they've shown that they can do that. I think Green Run's coming in here, and they're going to have to really be at the top of the game to win. And having said that, what we're going to do now is we're going to go to our sponsors. So stay tuned for our sponsors.
Today's game is sponsored by the Grey Goose Restaurant, located on West Queens Way in Hampton. Enjoy the wide selection of breakfast and lunch dishes sure to please your appetite. Follow the Grey Goose Restaurant on Facebook, the restaurant that's also a bakery. Coliseum Central. Coliseum Central is located right in the heart of Hampton Roads, between Armistead Avenue and Interstate 64. You can take care of all your shopping, dining, entertainment, medical, and business needs right here. Who will represent you? Hampton athletes use Made Men Management because it's the best sports agency in the best area for sports. Rico's Pizza, located at 55 West Mercury Boulevard in the Langley Square Shopping Center. Rico's Pizza is sure to hit the spot after the game. Call 723-6850 today to place your order. Tidewater Team Sports, located at 11839B Cannon Boulevard in the Oyster Point section of Newport News. Tidewater Team Sports is your one-stop sports headquarters for screen printing, embroidery, uniforms, and apparel. Call 594-0411 and talk to David Chubb or Terry McNamara. Sponsored in part by Attorneys at Kaufman and Knowles, with offices in Hampton on Cunningham Drive across from Peninsula Town Center and in Newport News at City Center. Kaufman and Knowles. We can and we will. Park Lawn Wood Funeral Home, located at 2552 North Armistead Avenue. The funeral director is Vernon Kruger. Beach Hardware, located at 1951 East Pembroke Avenue in the Buckrow Shopping Center. Beach Hardware is your friendly local hardware store with everything you need to maintain your home inside and out. Eric Thompson Realtor. Contact Eric to buy or sell a home or property. Give Eric a call at 685-3172 or email him at eric@findhrhomes.com.
All righty, looks like I want to thank our sponsors, by the way. They always get a benefit when you sponsor LSC 48. You get a benefit because you get extra games with the playoffs, guaranteed, I think, by Hampton and FIBA. So that's terrific.
It's been that way every year. And what's even nice about this is these games get taped, and they get to play them over and over and over, and you're constantly getting airtime for your business or whatever it is. So that's kind of a neat thing to do. And of course, Tidewater Team Sports has been doing the player of the game for us ever since we started. Chuck and I got together and started doing that with a young man by the name of Dave Buckwalter, who was doing plaques at that time, and we were giving plaques and T-shirts out. And David had his own business, and he went to work with Good in Pocosin, and then he opened up the new place, Tidewater Team Sports. So we're very fortunate to have some great sponsors.
We are. We just watched the captains meet in the middle of the field. It was Kayvon Bellamy for the Crabbers and Mark Hall, the future UVA Cavalier, for the Stallions of Green Run. I didn't see the outcome there, but we'll see that called later. I'm sure that may have been even symbolic. While we're getting ready to go here, we have an unknown here, and I'll tell you a little bit more about the Green Run Stallions. It said they are the only Division V school in an 11-team district.
And that's over the beach, and it's so big over the beach. That's what happens is all the schools are so huge that they have to be Division VI. But for some reason, Green Run doesn't get that many students. I don't know the reason, but maybe it's the way they do the scheduling or whatever over there.
Well, as you know, that when you have 10 or more teams, you cannot play out of district, or actually, 11 teams, you can't play out of district. Right. All the beach teams only play themselves. So they really don't get a true measure of how good they are until they get to the playoffs. There are some good teams over there. Green Run held its own with some of the playoff teams. They didn't defeat any of the 3 playoff teams, but I know they played well against Bayside. They had one bad break in a Bayside game that may have determined the outcome. And they played well against, I think it was Lansdowne. They had trouble with Salem, but everybody's had trouble with Salem.
Right.
So, they're I think, a very able team. The quarterback certainly looked good on the field. He's a big, tall fella, and I think we're going to see some good things out of him tonight.
We got the officials right there on camera. They're not from our area. They're from the Southeastern.
That's what I understand.
Yeah.
Don't have a list of them quite yet. We'll get them on the screen. They're down there comparing notes, getting used to Darling Stadium.
Well, and one thing is for certain is you have the officials come from another section. You don't know what their emphasis is. And do you have a hold of them now?
Going to see Stan Karpinski, the referee. These guys are out of the Southeastern Football Officials Association. Umpire tonight, Chuck Hillman. The linesman, Andy Sweet. The line judge, Terry McCarthy. The field judge, Terrence Green. The side judge, Pete Amezapeso. And the back judge, Mike Abbott. So from the Southeastern Football Officials Association tonight. Well, we've talked a little bit about Green Run. We've talked some about Hampton. Let's talk more because we certainly know them better.
One of the things I want to do is let people know about some of these young men who have been made the All-Peninsula District team or first team or second team. And so that's what we need to do. And before we get into that, George Massenberg went over and took over a heritage team that was in disarray, a former Hampton High School player and a former assistant coach has been named Coach of the Year.
Chubbs.
Chubbs is exactly what they call him.
Congratulations.
Absolutely. That is tremendous.
He's named Division V Coach of the Year here in the
Yes.
Peninsula District. And, of course, Danny Dodson at Woodside named the Division VI Coach of the Year. We just had the All-Peninsula team picked by the coaches just last night. We saw it up on HR Varsity, and I want to thank Dave Johnson and Lynn Burke at the Daily Press for doing such a fine job. You want to tell the listeners a little bit about who made All-Peninsula District from the Crabbers?
Well, for the Crabbers on offense, Troy Garnett, who has made it the second team pick, and he was a tackle and just a sophomore. So, and 268. I mean, this kid's going to grow some more, too. Also made second team as a flanker was Deion Newsom, Mr. Everything. Second team, Kevon Bellamy as a running back, and did not have as good a year as he had last year. And then the other one on All Peninsula District was Jamal Brown to split end. Now that's just on offense, and I'll let you talk about the defensive players for the Hampton Crabbers.
Well, and I'll mention that also Marshawn Williams named honorable mention there as a sophomore as a running back. So a nice performance by the Crabbers on offense. This year on defense, Dallas Cogdale has been playing a lot of tackle, defensive tackle, made first team all-district. Christopher Flood, we've talked a little bit about earlier, made second team at his linebacker spot. Kayvon Bellamy made first team all-district as a linebacker, even with the bad ankle this year. Newsom made all-district in a variety of positions, the punt returner first team and a defensive back second team, and he's starting at linebacker tonight, so he's doing pretty well. Desmond Jenneret made all-district first team at cornerback and all-district second team at safety. Daquan Moore, just a junior, but in his third year starting at safety for the Crabbers. So nice performance and nice acknowledgement of a good year for the young men of the Hampton Crabbers.
And I appreciate you getting that information off of HR Varsity because it will be in the newspaper tomorrow. So we wouldn't have it until then. So you have to do a little research, and that's one thing I like about you. And I talked earlier about I look over there, and if I call you Tim tonight, it's a compliment.
I will take it as such, yes. We'll note tonight, this is the only Division V playoff game going tonight. This year, the Eastern Region went with Division V games on Saturday, Division VI games on Friday. But because the Crabbers and the Phantoms both have made it in the Division V playoffs, and to avoid a situation like we had last year where Hampton played its home games at Todd Field, we were able to get the games one on one night and one on the other. Hampton has chosen to play on Friday. Phoebus will play tomorrow night right here, and we'll be back to broadcast that one. Looks like the captain's headed out now. Dante Wilson, Dallas Cogdale, Deion Newsom, and Kayvon Bellamy for the Crabbers head to the center of the field. Looks like Mark Hall and Dominic Genoa for the Green Run Stallions. Kamari Alcorn is out there as well, and I can't see the fourth captain, but introducing themselves. They probably don't know each other, so they need to have a little introduction there, and we're going to watch the coin toss.
Did you get number 8 was the other one out there? That's
I expect something of that. If I have a problem,
yeah, 8 was 8. It is Genoa. We're going to see a lot of him tonight, and then 9 is Mark Hall.
Go and talk to your coaches or whatever, explaining what I have for a problem. Expect you guys to take care of that. If there's something I don't see that happens, if you see somebody using language that's not appropriate out here, see somebody hit somebody else that they shouldn't be, doing things like that, expect you guys to take care of it before I do. Because in both cases, if I have to take care of it, one of these other officials have to take care of it, it's going to be a penalty on you, and your coach is probably not going to be happy with you, understand? Okay, we've already had the toss. We've already done the flip, black, white, you called heads, it was a tails. So, or you called tails and it was a heads. So black, you won the toss, you elected to defer. White, you elected to receive. Black, you elected to kick it towards that scoreboard down there. So black, put your backs down here. White, put your backs down there.
Like Hampton won the toss and deferred to the second half, so the Stallions have chosen to take the kickoff. They're going to defend the west end here at Darling Stadium, and they got quite a defender there. That was a nice camera shot of Kamari Alcorn, who stood up, stood so tall there in the picture. Yeah, we're going to get the starting lineup for you for the Green Run Stallions. Front line, a big one there. Javon DePaula at the center. The guards, Kamari Alcorn and Cottrell Green. And the tackles, Renard Graham and Kelton Moore. The skill players, the 4 wide receivers, number 1, Damian Smith, 7, Kadeem Baker, 9, Mark Hall, and 10, Amir Clark Groves. And, of course, the quarterback, Dominic Genoa, and his running back, Kyle Cancio.
And we'll give you the Hampton defense. Perhaps we're going to do it now.
Do it now. Curtis Stave lining up there.
All right, we got Troy Garrett and Dallas Cogdell at the tackles. We got Dante Wilson and Jamel Red at the defensive end. The inside backers, Christopher Flood, Kevon Bellamy. The outside backers, Demontre Harper and Dion Newsom. The corners, Desmond Jenneret and Dante Kitchens, and the safety, DeQuan Moore. Actually, it's DeQuan Moore.
Looked like Kadeem Baker got the kickoff. No, it was number 1, Damian Smith, picked it up about his 6 and slips and falls there on the 23 of Green Run. We're 1st and 10 from the 23. Here comes Genoa leading his crowd out.
You watch the replay of that. You can see it. He got it right at the 6. And as he makes a turn right, he slipped, never really got tackled. He went down trying to make a cut.
3-4 wide. 3 on the right, 1 on the left for Genoa as he's in the shotgun position. Got Cancio next to him. There goes Mark Hall in motion. Smith to the left at the flag down out there on the left end.
And I'm not sure where it was, but one thing that you're going to find tonight, that already we saw a couple guys slip, and we saw them slip when they were running some drills out here. These guys, even though the field is in excellent condition compared to all the games that have been played on it, it's still a little damp, and you've got to lower your center of gravity just a little bit when you're going to make a little bit more than you normally do when you're going to make that cut. Here's the replay, and it's just a pass right out to the flat. Great arm, but the flag you can see coming in there right then.
Lucky the flag didn't hit the receiver in the eye there.
We don't want that to happen.
Dante Kitchens with the tackle, but it looks like it's going to be wiped out by the flag.
Legal procedure, all white, repeat first down.
Legal procedure on the Stallions, going to move them back 5 yards, and we're going to have a 1st and 15 here from the Stallions 17.
Mike Smith playing that 4-4 defense now, and he can take Dion Newsom and just move him anywhere. He can go from a linebacker to a cornerback to anywhere.
Then went to left, picked up, pass out to Mark Hall. He's going to be close to a 1st down.
That was a good pass. I mean, that was almost all the way across the field that time to get it.
He stopped out there.
1st down.
And they got the 1st down.
1st down for the Stallions. They're on the just about the 34-yard line.
And they're going without a huddle.
Back again, a long ball down the left side. He's got an open man. That is Damian Smith that was open. Just overthrew him.
Just overthrew him. Now he's throwing in. He's throwing with a little bit of the wind. What is blowing is behind him. And I don't know if that affected that pass or not, but it was a good 5 yards over his head. And you can see on the replay, this young man's got a great arm. But you can see he really threw it up in the air and got a lot of air underneath that ball.
The thing you can see, though, is that the receiver was wide open. 2nd and 10 for the Stallions. Genoa checks with his center. DePaula backs up now into the shotgun. Kyle Cancio still to his left. 4 wide. There's Cancio, fumbles the ball. Can't see who came up with that.
I think he came down with it himself. It looks like he went right down on it. And he did. He ended up with the ball himself.
I don't think Cancio ever had that pitch. They're going to go no huddle again. Lost 1.5 yards on that play. 3rd down now and almost 12.
The Hampton jumped offside, or did they raise up? I'm not sure which. A late flag on this side.
Flag thrown, I think, when Cogdell put his hands to his helmet. Be offside.
Dead ball, encroachment, on black.
All right, they're going to call
Still
it.
against the Crabbers.
Yeah, you can't get into that neutral zone.
5-yard penalty on the Crabber front line. Green Run going very quickly now, trying to catch the Crabbers, making substitutions. 3rd down and about 7. Genoa back again, looks over the middle to Hall. Hall's got it there on the 48. Nice tackle out there by the Crabber number.
That looked like number 2. Yeah, Jamal Brown made that tackle.
Brown, who didn't start the game, in the ball game now for the Crabbers. Green Run still working fast. Second first down for them in this drive.
And that was a great pass. He's got an awful strong arm. Watch the replay. And this is from ground level. And you can see he hits the receiver. And he couldn't go anywhere when Jamal hit him low.
Ames said here, Genoa hands off this time to Cancio. Goes to his right. No go for Cancio. He stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
It looked like, I don't know if he got back to the line of scrimmage or not, but if he lost anything, about a yard.
Second and 11 for the Stallions.
But if you're running, Hampton's going to stop you running. You're going to have to throw him to beat him, and you can't make a mistake throwing the ball, because we've seen the Crabbers do some 6 picks. They did that earlier this year.
Well, again, the shotgun goes to the left this time. Like Dion Newsom made a stop that time. Right side, far side of the field.
Yeah, that's, number 5, you're absolutely right.
Pick up about 4. Well, actually, pick up of 3, 3rd and 8 for the Stallions. Moving quickly, they huddle this time, but a very quick huddle. Genoa signing, using sign language, tells his receivers where to go. Crabbers jump again. That time 2 of them jump. That's Dallas Cogdell, one of them, and the other was the far end. I think that was Dante Wilson out on the far right.
What's happening is he's been going on a quick count.
Dead ball, encroachment, on black.
All of a sudden, he goes on a double count. Instead of saying hut, he's going hut, and he's drawing him off the offside into that neutral zone.
Crabbers going to have to get used to Dominic Genoa's cadence here as he comes to the line again, the shotgun. Cancio again to his left. 2 receivers left, 2 right. This time the rush is coming. Tip, looked by Flood, picked off there by the Crabbers. Can't see who it is down across midfield. That's number 15. Who got the start tonight, Demontre Harper.
Right, and he's the one that got, we were talking about him earlier, getting a start at that quarter, but it was tipped.
Was tipped, and I think it may have been Flood on the tip. We'll see here on the replay.
It is, exactly.
Tipped up, caught by Harper. Harper brings 15. It back. Harper has had one of those years where he's got nothing but better as we've watched him this year. We've seen him all year long, and he's got the start tonight and comes up with an immediate pick. So the Crabbers.
After the first play, we'll catch the offense and defense.
Jeremy Eubank in his quarterback spot there. Got Dallas Cogdell to his left. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Hand off to Cogdell right up the middle. He's met at the line of scrimmage. Mark Hall in on the tackle. I can't see who's on his feet there for the Stallions.
Give me the offensive starters for the Crabbers on center. Dante Wilson, the guards, Mike Brown and Arrington Blazemore. The tackles, Christopher Flood, Troy Garrett. Tight end, DeQuan Moore. Split end, Jamal Brown. The flanker, Dion Newsom. Fullback, Dallas Cogdell. Running back, Kevon Bellamy. And Jeremy Eubanks is the quarterback.
Running backs in the backfield. That's Cogdell in his fullback position. Kevon Bellamy in the tailback. Eubank under center, 2nd and 10 for the Crabbers. The late handoff to Bellamy. That ankle looks good on that run.
Boy, he does that. And that's something that he's been missing this year for the Crabbers. They just didn't have it. Here's the defense.
Here's the green run defense. That tackle by Basie. The front line, Mark Hall, Renard Graham, Kamari Alcorn, and Devontae Austin. The linebackers, Shockey Eaton, Kyle Cancio, Derek Wilson, and Sylvester Basie, who made that last tackle. The corners, Daquan Gary DeBerry, and the other corner, Daquan Edwards, and the safety, Kadeem Baker, getting the start tonight for the Stallions. First down and 10 for the Crabbers from the green run 14. Eubank under center. Looks like Marshawn Williams now in the tailback position. And it is Williams, but Eubank drops back, slips, and underthrows Dallas Cogdell in what would have been a sure touchdown.
That was touchdown written all over it. And I know Jeremy Eubank feels real bad because he almost got the ball there falling down. Watch him try to make the plant. And it may have got tipped a little bit too.
Beautiful play and nice route by Dallas Cogdell. Cogdell, who we've watched over the last few years, is very effective as a receiver, Bob. We've seen him when he goes into his receiver mode. He is very effective. Second down and 10 for the Crabbers from the green run 14. Williams still the tailback. Cogdell is the fullback. Eubank under center. Going to change the play. Now he's going to call timeout for the Crabbers. Didn't like what he saw.
Timeout, Hampton Crabbers.
First timeout for the Crabbers. Mike Smith wants to talk to Eubank and his boys there. In comes Williams. Well, a good start for the Crabbers on the first couple of plays. Without, but for the slip, Bob, we'd had 6 points there.
Yeah, there was no doubt that was, and what a great call by the coaching staff. They have set that thing up because he came right through from that fullback position and nobody picked him up. He was wide open, and Jeremy is, and you just watch it, and you can see right behind him, about 5 yards behind him, is a dark spot, and it's a little wetter there. Look at it, just, and that's a shame because that had 6 written all over it.
All right, second and 10 for the Crabbers now. Eubank back under center. Cogdell, and it looks like Bellamy now behind him in the tailback spot. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Hand off to Bellamy to the left. Runs over the tackler. Eventually brought down just short of the 10. Second down and about 6 for the Crabbers.
I don't know who tackled who that time, but the tackler went background. Watch this from the ground level. Right here, boom! I mean, he just bowled him over.
Shockey Eaton that met Kayvon Bellamy on that play.
He'll be looking out for him next time he comes through the line.
What we call the number 20 bus on the left. Eubank back again, fakes to Bellamy, throws over the middle. That time it's picked on the goal line. Picked off, not a well-advised pass.
There was too crowded back there. There was no open receiver that I could see.
Sylvester Basie with the pick for the Stallions. That's going to bring the ball out to the 20.
And we'll watch it on replay, and it just never looked good coming from you at ground level. And it just did not look like, I don't know who he was passing. He must have been passing to Cogdell. But
well, the footwork,
was a crowd that he threw it into. Both teams now have turned the ball over via an interception.
Well, footwork didn't look real good for Eubank there. He had his center, Dante Wilson, out in front of him. No, not really any pressure.
Yeah, and it may be because he'd slipped on that other one that he just trying to tiptoe out there a little bit or something. I don't know.
First and 10 for Dominic Genoa in the green run Stallions. He bobbles the snap, goes over his head, picks it up. He's back on his own 10 now. And he's going to be dragged down by Christopher Flood on the far side. Looks about at the 12.
Yeah, that was just a bad snap. And that's one of the things that you find that I was talking to Dickie Van Dyke, who works with the kickers, and he has coaches calling him for long snappers, kids that can snap that ball in high school. And you got to have a good center. I think he just took his eyes off him, but you don't have to pick Christopher Flood's number out.
You know Flood, if there's a tackle behind the line, it's going to be Christopher Flood in there.
Well, with the dreadlocks, it's easy to pick out.
Second and 18 for the Stallions. Genoa again from the shotgun, throws over the middle. That time, nobody there. Looks like he overthrew number 10, Amir Clark-Groves.
I'll tell you what happened. Number 10 got popped as he made his cut before the ball, and he was not where he should have been.
Well, that's an interesting, Bob. We heard Coach Smith talk about whether he was going to play his normal zone or man-to-man. That was a little bit of a man-to-man piece right there.
Yes, it was.
Third and 18 now for the Stallions. Genoa again in the shotgun. 3 receivers right. Genoa looks over the middle again. That throws a floating duck that's caught. No, he dropped the ball. Late drop by number 1, Damian Smith.
Well, one of the defenders slipped. This young man will throw the ball, put the ball in the air, but if we got that on replay, one of the defenders, and I don't know if we'll pick it up or not, slipped as he threw the ball.
Like fourth and 18, almost a catch. It bounced off the ground, actually, if you look at it again.
Yeah, he didn't have control at all.
All right, the Stallions in punting formation now. They're going to punt from their goal line. Speaking of long snappers, let's see how the long snapper does here on a cold, slightly moist field. There's a motion there by the Stallions. I saw the Stallions jump first. Crabbers came afterwards. Let's see what the call is. A penalty on the Crabbers would not give the Stallions a first down.
Oh, no. Well, let's hear what the official says.
Dead ball, false start, on white.
Yeah. Good eyes.
There.
Good eye. Better eyes than Tim, by the way.
That's going to put the punter back into his own end zone now.
Yeah, he's going to hit that ball about a yard deep in his end zone when his foot makes contact with it.
Dwight Bland doing the punting for the Green Run Stallions. Bland calls for the snap. Good snap. Good punt, but short. That's going to land on the 37 of the Stallions. Roll 2 more yards. Crabbers going to have it 1st and 10 on the Stallions 39. Good field position for the Crabbers.
Absolutely perfect for them. Twice they've got the ball and twice they've been in the Green Run's end of the field. And that was a smart thing that time. They just get away from the ball. The field is soft enough, it's not going to take a heavy bounce anyway.
1st and 10. I see Eubank has some number 10 nails drilled in his shoes there during the Green Run possession. So hopefully you get a little better footing here. 1st and 10 from the 39 of the Stallions. Eubank under center. Back to pass. Lobs it over the middle. Cogdell again, same play.
Yep.
All the way down to the 8-9 yard line.
Yeah,
of the
they're
Stallions.
marking at the 9, be 1st and goal. But that was the same identical play that he comes out of the backfield. The fullback, he just fakes the handoff as you watch it on replay. Little fake, and he just goes right through. Actually, that's not the one he faked it to.
Oh, he faked it to Williams, I think,
Yeah.
and then went to Cogdell. We've seen Dallas run that play for the last 3 years. He runs that play right up the middle. In fact, they've won some big playoff games with Dallas Cogdell catching that ball. 1st and goal now for the Crabbers from their Stallions number 9 yard line. Like Williams deep in the tailback spot. He gets the handoff over the right side. He's pulled down after he crosses the 5 yard line. Oh, looks like they're going to spot it just short of the 5.
Yeah.
A generous Green Run spot.
That was that tackle that time by number 71 for the Green Run team, and that's Jannard Graham. He's a senior, big tackle.
So 2nd and 5 or 2nd and goal from the 5 for the Crabbers. Eubank has the play, and he's back out. Huddle breaks up. Here come the Crabbers. That looks like Bellamy deep in the tailback spot behind Dallas Cogdell.
I tell you, you're a better man than I am with those numbers.
Here's the handoff to Bellamy over the left side. The big man stretches out over the goal line. The umpire had him safe at home with the hand gesture. Touchdown. Kayvon Bellamy.
Yeah.
Nice. With a 3-play drive for the Crabbers.
Right, and here we see it on replay. And I mean, he made contact, but he just lunged for the. Well, actually, that wasn't Bellamy. That was.
Here's Curtis Stabe for the pick.
Yeah, it was Bellamy. I'm sorry. Whoa, we got
flag
a flag.
On the extra point. Bellamy the holder. Curtis Stabe the Crabber kicker, the left footer.
Dead ball, legal procedure, on black. Repeat try.
5-yard penalty on the Crabbers. That's going to push Stabe back to his own 15, 25-yard field goal for 1 point here. Stabe kicks it up.
Oh, looks good.
And it's good. So the Crabbers move ahead with 5:05 left in the first quarter, 7-0 over the Green Run Stallions. Not much of a drive, but very effective.
Well, you get the ball at the 39, and your first play is that little pass to Cogdell over the center, and he gets it all the way down to the 9-yard line, and you get 2 more plays. You know, it makes a short field and a nice touchdown. Watch the replay on the touchdown.
And that's Bellamy running in all of his strength. He's had an ankle injury all season long, and Mike Smith has held him out of the offense for the last few games. Looks like he's strong and ready to go here tonight as he's seeing duty as the tailback.
Well, I tell you, McMasters is the Wayne McMasters is the one that he will give the credit to. He really has worked diligently with not only the Hampton Crabbers that have been hurt, but those from Phoebus and other schools.
Curtis Stibe going to kick off from the Crabber 40. Waiting is Damian Smith deep for the Stallions. And a wobbling ball. Looks like it's going to be Smith. No, he gets cut off by his own man. Up over the 20, he slips and falls.
Yeah. Again, they're not lowering that center of gravity when they want to make that cut, and that it'll that field is going to make more tackles out here tonight than some of the other players.
So the Stallions are going to have first down on their own 22, 1st and 10. That's looks like number 13 there. Tremaine Griffin cuts in front of Damian Smith.
And you tell the guys, you want the guy moving up to catch the ball, not the guy moving back.
Here's Dominic Genoa under center for the first time. He turns around trying to wonder where his spread wide receivers are. He has one to the left, 2 running backs this time. So already the Stallions have changed their offensive approach. That one got him a couple of yards.
It's going to be harder for them to get any movement with against that defensive line of the Crabbers. They're just so strong.
Looked like Kyle Cancio with the carry, picked up 2, 2nd and about 8 for the Stallions from their own 24. Bailey, our security person from Hampton City Schools there, enjoying the ball game tonight. Glad to have a crowd out here tonight. Not many from Green Run, but a pretty good side from Hampton. 2nd and 8 for the Stallions. Genoa under center.
And wideouts on this side this time.
End off again. Looks like Cancio dropped the ball that time. Flood reached out and knocked the ball out.
Flood was in there, almost got the handoff. They must have pulled the tackle on that side because nobody touched Christopher Flood coming in there.
I would give the half yard to Cancio, but I'm going to give it to Flood. He knocked it out and rolled the ball forward. Cancio had to fall in again. His 2nd fumble tonight.
Watch this ground level. Look at him right there.
Big paw of Chris Flood reaching in there and knocking that ball down. Cancio looks like he tried to pick it up. Oh, that ball right there.
Oh, it was right. I don't think the Crabber knew there was a ball there.
3rd down now and about 8 for the Stallions. Genoa back in his shotgun spot. 4 receivers out. Throws over the left that time, wide open is number 9, Mark Hall. And you would think the Crabbers would pick up on Hall now. It's about his 3rd catch.
Yeah. Well, he's runs a good route. If you watch, it was just a down and in route, but he went into the soft spot in that zone.
Crabbers now with the Stallions with the 1st and 10 from their own 41. Genoa back in his normal shotgun position, drops back. And he's going to run the ball this time, caught from behind.
A great job of not giving up. You fight through the blocker, and then you end up making the tackle as the quarterback tries to run. Great job that time.
That's Dante Wilson. I can tell not by the number, because, folks, if you can see it on TV, you got a better view than us. I can tell by the biceps. That was Dante Wilson on the tackle. 2nd and 11 for the Stallions from their own 40. Genoa back in his shotgun spot. Cancio to his left, drops back to pass.
Oh, there's a hole.
It's a long ball down. Damian Smith was the intended receiver, covered out there by Jamal Brown, but there's going to be a hold.
Oh, you had the flag in the right place the first time. He moved it up from about 2 yards because it's a spot foul.
You'll see the hold right here as the hold is really kind of a push. That's Campton Blackwood, who got the start tonight at right tackle, called for the penalty. So a 10-yard loss for the Stallions. A discussion here whether the Crabbers are going to accept it. They do.
Well, it's a 10-yard.
White, repeat 2nd down.
But it should have been from the
72.
Point of the foul, and I think that's where it is. But
2nd and 21 now for the Stallions. They lost 10 on that one and they had lost a yard before. So 2nd and 21. Genoa back again in the shotgun spot. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Long discussion by Genoa. He drops back pass, quick throw to the left side. It's Damian Smith with the catch. Missed tackle by one Crabber. 2nd one got him though.
Picked up about half the yards they needed. Picked up, looked like got about 10 or more on that.
Desmond Jenrette, the first team all Peninsula District cornerback with the eventual push out of bounds there for the Crabbers. 3rd down and 11 for the Stallions. Bellamy misses the tackle.
Well, I tell you, look at this defense. You got Wilson and Red and Newsom and Moore, all juniors. They're all coming back next year.
The lines are really what's improved for the Crabbers this year. Let's see what they can do here. 3rd and 11 for the Stallions. Genoa in his shotgun spot. Ocean, one receiver's almost snapped over his head. Screen pass to Mark Hall. Mark Hall gets up over the 50.
And that was a great call.
Looks like he picked up a 1st down. He did. We got one official's got him marked at the 48 of the Crabbers, one at the 49. They agree on the 48. 1st down for Mark Hall, who has been the weapon tonight for the Stallions.
Wish we had some stats of what he's done all year, but
obviously he studied. He got into UVA. We don't know what he's done on the football field, but we're starting to see why the Cavaliers have an interest in him. 1st down and 10 for the Stallions from the Crabber 48. Genoa back in the shotgun. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Genoa doesn't like the lineup of Crabbers facing him there across the line. Changes it, hike over his head, batted down by the tall Genoa, and he's able to secure it, but falls down, loses about 7 on the play. Ira Chambers enjoying the ball game. Well, actually, she's talking to the security officer, not quite enjoying the ball game, but I'm sure she is enjoying the 7-0 lead. 2nd and 17 for the Stallions.
Here we go. We'll see that replay, and he again, there's slippage out there.
Then was 6'2", 190, so he's fortunately tall enough. Looks like we're going to have motion again on the Stallions. Let's see what they call. Lineman for the Stallions pointing to the Crabbers.
Well, none of the Crabbers went into the neutral zone because I'm looking right down the neutral zone.
3 flags down on that play, and it's a flag for about every yard and a half.
On white, repeat 2nd down.
So Stallions continue to hurt themselves in this ball game. They lose 5 on the penalty, and it's going to be 2nd and 22 for the Stallions. That last touchdown drive, 39-yard drive for the Crabbers. Bellamy with the run. 1:19 off the clock. Bellamy so far for the Crabbers, 4 runs for 21 yards. All right, Genoa back in the shotgun spot. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Genoa looking in left again this time, throws it over the top. You got a very speedy Damian Smith out there, and he can't come up with the catch.
I tell you, he's got some speed.
Smith, a 5'9", 160-pound senior for the Green Run Stallions. Actually, their leading receiver with 38 catches, 695 yards, 4 touchdowns on the year.
I think he got a hand on this ball. I don't know if he laid out, if he would have got it or not. I think if he'd have laid out, he could have caught that ball.
By some very good cornerbacks for the Crabbers there. 3rd down now and 22.
Like a gun for an arm back there. He's going to be tired tonight. He's going to have to ice that arm down.
Dean Baker in now at receiver. He moves left. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Genoa deep in the shotgun spot. Oh, he's going to get crushed. Oh, it's a screen pass. Nice pickup. There's Mark Hall again. That time tackled short of the 1st down marker.
Wow, what a nice call that was. He picked up, looked like about 21 yards, needed 22.
Chris Flood again in on the tackle, but the Stallions short. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. 4th and about 3 for the Stallions. Genoa thinks he can get it. Let's see what they do. He may try to draw the Crabbers off. 2 receivers right. Nobody's got the play yet for the Stallions. They're all looking at each other. Now the official's going to come in.
Well, the clock was stopped. I don't know why.
Dead ball, sideline warning on black.
Oh my goodness, a sideline warning on the Crabbers stops the clock. Southeastern officials not exactly thrilled to have Mike Smith, although Mike's wearing his hat still brimmed forward, so he's not mad yet. I don't know what they can complain about. So 4th down again, a long 2 for the Stallions.
There's a good shot of Coach Smith.
See that Coach Smith in his calm attire there with the hat pointed forward. All right, Smith now in the shotgun spot.
We got a quarter ended. End of the quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter here at Darling Stadium on Veterans Day 2011. It is 7-0. The Hampton Crabbers lead the Green Run Stallions. A good quarter for the Crabbers, Bob.
Yeah, it really was. But you got to look at the total yardage has got to be in Green Run's favor. I mean, he is throwing that ball, and 2 screen passes worked beautiful. Picked up almost 20 yards on that play. I think you said it was like 3rd and 22, and now it's 4th and 2. So right now, Mike Smith has got to find a way to make sure he either puts more pressure on the quarterback or he's a little bit better defense, because there's some open receivers out there. And who's the young man that's catching all the balls?
Mark Hall, the
Hall.
Future UVA Cavalier, we're told. And he's a big kid. He's listed at 6'3", 215. He's, of course, a starting receiver and starts on the defense. Mike Smith has now changed the hat to the backwards position. That changes, I think, not so much with the quarter, but with the attitude. I think the sideline warning may have set him off there. 8 for 11 is Dominic Genoa tonight. 100 yards passing already, and Mark Hall with 87 of those yards. So that's got to be all the catches, but 1 or 2.
Well, I think the only ones he didn't get were the screen plays.
4th and 2 here. Smith in the shotgun spot, 4-man front for the Crabbers. Genoa going to change the call. Now he's going to run it himself. Big man up over the 40, but I don't think the spot is going to be good enough to get him the first down. The far side line judge has him at about the 39, and that's not going to be enough for a first down for the Stallions.
Had to get to the 38. But I think they may. No, they're not even going to measure.
No measurement. There's a nice stop by the Crabbers. Let's see who gets his hands on him. That's got to be Cogdell there at the feet. Nice play by the Crabbers, and the Crabbers moved to offense 1st and 10 from their own 39-yard line.
And that's almost considered in some people's mind a turnover.
It's a nice stop for the Crabbers. They needed that. As they said, the Stallions have moved up. They've been between the 30s the whole game and moving the ball back and forth, but not quite able to get further than that. All right, Eubank under center for the Crabbers. Looks like Williams deep at the tailback spot behind Cogdell. Fake to Williams, and now Eubank is going to try to run. He slips and falls.
Again, he's so tall. and Mike says he's a strong young man, but he is having trouble keeping his feet out there tonight.
2nd and 11 for the Crabbers. We've seen Eubank run a few times, especially in that Warwick game several weeks ago when the Crabbers really flexed their muscles. He is not going to win any 100-yard dashes, but he was very effective that night. That time slipped it. He tried to cut behind his blockers and loses about a half a yard.
Well, it looks like to me that it is a lot wetter in the center where it's crowned than on the sides for some reason, but that's where they're playing all the plays, so it's going to get chewed up and be a little slipperier there.
Eubank draws back time. Delayed handoff to Williams. Too much delay, and he's tackled several yards behind. About 3-yard loss by number 72, Kamari Alcorn.
Alcorn, great job that time of fighting through the block from the ground level as he comes, just fight right through the block right there. And a nice shoulder tackle. I like to see that. That's a textbook tackle.
3rd and 14 for the Crabbers here early in the second quarter, enjoying a 7-0 lead. Williams out, Bellamy in at the tailback spot. Eubank in the shotgun. 1 receiver left, 1 right. And Eubank backs. He looks down the right side. He's got a receiver. It's Jamal Brown, who makes a nice fingertip ball catch. At the 29-yard line. Beautiful catch by UVA bound Jamal Brown.
I was going to say, we got 2 UVA Brown receivers out here tonight.
A lot of Cavaliers running around out there.
What a nice job of laying the ball right up and letting Brown run underneath it.
Going to start with a nice job of the offensive line giving Eubank the time, but the ball laid up beautifully. and hauled in by Jamal Brown.
I don't know if you noticed, but he looked left when he first got the ball and then turned back and looked to the right to where Brown was going.
First down and 10 for the Crabbers now from the Stallions' 29-yard line. This is Bellamy with the handoff up the right side, through over the 20-yard line down to the 19-yard line. That may be enough for a first down. We'll see where it's spotted.
And it looked like
just short, I believe, just short. Second and less than a yard for the Crabbers. Bellamy again showing no signs of that ankle problem.
No, he's looking stronger on that ankle than I've seen him in 4 or 5 games.
Second and half a yard, Marshawn Williams in the backfield now. 4 receivers out for the Crabbers. And Eubank's going to take it himself. Surprises the Stallions up over the 15-yard line, just about to the 15, excuse me. First down for the Crabbers.
Mike's got a lot of confidence in Eubank. He says he's a strong young man.
That was a nice hole. I don't know if we're going to get a replay to see who he was behind. I'm going to say Troy Garrett, because there was about a 268-pound hole there. Let's see. Can't see. No, it was Dante Wilson with a nice block out of his center spot. Dante, of course, the brother of Tyrell Wilson, starting defensive end for Virginia Tech the last couple of games. First and 10 from the 15 of the Stallions. And off that time, that's Bellamy up over the 10.
But they're doing some smacking out there. The way he runs the ball is so neat. I mean, he's not just putting his head down and trying to run over people. He's finding little creases. He stops and you know, it just keeps looking and never stops moving his feet.
Well, if you see Bellamy, well, first thing, I want to say we're seeing Kayvon Bellamy serve as a running back for the first time tonight, like he did all of last year.
Yeah,
first time.
I have to agree with that.
And second, if you take those pads off, he looks like Michelangelo's David. He's a very muscular young man, very fast. He's in the tailback spot. Not going to get the ball this time. Eubank looks over the middle. Nice pass down there. It's a touchdown for the Crabbers. Beautiful catch out there. Nice throw by Eubank.
I can't
trying to get the number
we'll
there.
Get the number on the replay. Watch it on the replay. It looked like
what
number
a nice
80.
Play. So Stibe on for the extra point. Is that Jonathan Eccles for the Crabbers with a catch? The extra point by Curtis Stibe is good. And the Crabbers with 8:16 to go in the second quarter now lead the Green Run Stallions 14-0. Nice mix of rushing and passing for the Crabbers.
Just you know, kept the defense just a little off balance. And I'm not sure it looked like an 80 to me that was getting. Watch the.
We'll see another review here, another view of it, right over the top. And I believe it was number 80.
Yep, I was right.
That's the senior Jonathan Eccles, 6'2", 199-pounder. I don't know how many catches he has this year, but that's one of the first I've seen. Beautiful play.
I tell you what, he brought that ball in as easy as it was a nest of eggs.
So we have seen the Crabbers with 2 series score touchdowns with not a lot of yard gainage, and we've seen the Stallions run the ball up and down the field and can't get past the 30 on either end. Kickoff now by Curtis Stibe from his own 40, kicks it up in the air. Damian Smith over to his left, picks it up right at the 5-yard line. And here comes the speedy Damian Smith right up the middle. There he goes, and it's going to be up to Stibe. And Stibe can't get him. Down goes Damian Smith down the left line, and nobody's going to catch. Damian Smith in for the touchdown.
We talked about the speed of this young man.
95-yard touchdown. On a kickoff return by Damian Smith.
I would give him 96 yards because he caught the ball and his back foot was on the 4-yard line.
They're going to call it back. We got a hold, so there's a reason for the hold that Smith went through. Holding called on the Stallions. A flag is sitting right on the 20-yard line. Let's see if we can see the hold here. Here comes Smith going to the center. Then he sees a blank. Well, there's a block in the back, not called.
Yeah.
But beautiful cut by Smith. Speedster out to the left side, and he's gone. No way that Stave's going to catch him. And even Deion Newsome couldn't catch him.
Legal block in the back.
That's what it was.
First down.
And that's exactly what we saw was the block in the back.
So the initial call hold, but it was the block in the back we spotted there, and that's going to put the ball back on the 10. And I know the Green Run Stallion fans are disappointed with that, but they had the benefit of the replay. They could see it. So it's going to be 1st and 10 from the Stallions 10 as they make the long walk back down the field. 14-0 Hampton Crabbers here with 8:02 to go. Out comes Dominic Genoa, senior quarterback.
We just got word on the Division 6. Bethel is trailing 13-0.
They're playing
in the first half, playing Green Run, aren't they? I mean,
Oscar
playing
Smith.
Oscar Smith. I'm sorry.
Dominic Genoa in the shotgun. Cal Cancio to his left. Genoa back. There's going to be another stoppage of play.
Another flag.
They keep throwing enough flags, Bob. They're going to soak up the moisture, and we'll have a nice dry field.
Good point. Maybe they got a
Dead
reason.
ball. Ball start on white.
Don't know how many penalties it is, but that's a lot. I would put that down officially as a lot of penalties so far on the Stallions. That puts the ball back to the 5-yard line. 1st and 15 for the Stallions deep in their own end.
And if you're in the passing mode that the Green Run team is, this is a bad place to make a mistake.
You've seen them run the ball, I think, twice on intentional handoffs.
Yeah.
One of those fumbled. And now Genoa standing on his own goal line. Gets the snap, drives back, looks to go right quickly, can't find anybody. He's going to try to run it out. That's Dallas Cogdale. There's going to be a hold or something between it may be a penalty on the Crabbers here at the goal line.
Zone.
Smith gets the ball up over the 5-yard line. He's spotted right at the 5. But it looks like we're going to have a holding against the Stallions.
Right there.
And that
Number
hold
51.
may have been in the end zone. The flags are laying in the end zone.
And that should be a safety. I'm not sure about the high school rules, but that would be a safety if I'm not mistaken. And that means that they will have to punt or kick from the 20-yard line.
Here comes the official.
Holding on white. Safety.
Safety is called.
Yep.
So a hold in the end zone by the Stallions, and that produces a couple more points for the Crabbers, and it's going to give the Crabbers get the ball back on a punt. Well, most likely from the 20 by the Stallions. So 16-0 now, Hampton Crabbers with 7:53 to go in the second quarter.
And I'm not sure who was being held, but it looked like to me that number 51, Blackwood, was the young man who was, and you know, he grabbed the guy, he made it through, and then he tackled him.
That's Campton Blackwood, who actually was not on the original starting list tonight. We were notified right before the game that he was going to sub in, but that's his second penalty tonight. Let's see here. There it is. It is Blackwood in the back. You can see him landing right on him.
Yeah, it just took him down. I don't know if he may have thought this was a wrestling match.
A free kick for the Stallions from their own 20. They're going to kick it off. That's Dwight Bland putting the ball on the tee there on the 20.
Well, if you wrestle, you get 2 points for a takedown, right?
That's right. He got 2 that time. I think that's Deion Newsome in the middle of the field waiting for the kick. Hard to see the numbers from the side. There's a kickoff from the 20. Be picked up. Looks like it's Newsome there from the 35. He goes left, and he's snagged there on a nice tackle by number 25 for the Stallions. That's Sylvester Basie, who's made a couple good plays already. Excuse me, maybe 26, Isaac Smalls.
No, it's 25.
Was it 25 that made the tackle? Very nice play.
Yeah, and you watch it on replay. There was a lot of blocker. Nobody.
Yeah, that is Basie. That's the second good tackle we've seen from Basie tonight. First down for the Crabbers from their own 43-yard line here with 7:47 to go in the second quarter and a 16-0 lead. Eubank going to start this series in the shotgun's position. Looks like Cogdale to his right wing.
Well, Hampton's giving them a different look.
There's a handoff up the middle. That's Bellamy, I think. It is Bellamy, and he's up over the 45 of the Stallions. He's going to pick up 12 at least. The line judge and linesman are having trouble agreeing on where the spot is. They're going to pick a spot right between two of them. That's a good decision.
Well, you know, you think it's one place I know. Well, let's just go in between.
Kayvon Bellamy, somebody's worked on an ankle. You said it was Wayne McMasters, and I would say Mr. Duct Tape has produced.
I don't know what he put on, what he uses, but these young men, that's the best we've seen him run this year.
Finally looks healthy, and that's good for the Crabbers. 1st and 10 from the Stallions' 39-yard line. Eubank again in the shotgun, drops back. This time he lobs it to the left side. Receiver is not going to be able to catch up to that.
Yeah, he just put a little too much behind that one.
Well, it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Crabbers from the Stallion 44.
But I'll give, you know, you got to give credit to this Eubank. The kid will put the ball pretty well on the money. That time, the receiver got held up a little bit. You know, they made a little contact, and it doesn't take but a fraction of a second to, you know.
Here we go, 2nd down and 10.
An incomplete pass.
Jamal Brown to the right, Deion Newsom to the left. Looks like Bellamy in the backfield. That time it is, no, I think that's Marshawn Williams that cut the ball that time. He's up over the 40, just over the 40-yard line. So a pickup of just over 4 yards, 2nd and 6, or 3rd and 6 for the Crabbers.
And here's the replay of that. It's just a straight handoff. But I tell you, those numbers are really tough to see.
They are tough to see. Williams with the winning run last week against the Phantoms in overtime. Little stutter step. Eubank now 3 for 6 through the air, 58 yards for the big, tall quarterback of the Crabbers. This time Bellamy comes out. Running back appears to be Williams this time, standing right to the front of Eubank.
Yeah, it looked like Williams.
3rd down and 5. Eubank looks to the left, looks down the middle now, and the receiver slipped.
Yep.
That's number 11 out there for the Crabbers.
Joseph Jardine.
Like Jardine, as he got twisted around a little bit trying to get through the linebackers. Crabbers going to have to punt.
Yeah.
Eubank had time. That's been the nice thing for the Crabbers. They've been able to keep that big line of green run at bay.
And we'll talk a little bit about this young man that's the long snapper for the Crabbers, is Brian Hart.
Hart doing the long snapping now to Curtis Stibe. Stibe from his 50. No time, either time called or there's a penalty. Time called that time by Green Run. They didn't seem to have anybody in punt receiving position, which could be the. Of course, we saw last week. I think it was Fevers went out and they were ready to snap and they didn't have a punter.
Yeah. So, you know, sometimes they don't. The guys on the sideline don't get the word.
Timeout taken by the Stallions at 6:13 mark of the 2nd quarter. 16-0. The Hampton Crabbers leading comfortably here. Defense for the Crabbers has bent but not broken. And the offense has been efficient. And this will be their first punt of the night for the Crabbers. Kayvon Bellamy kind of halfway back towards Curtis Stibe. See, that's a nice look for a fake. If Mike Smith was going to try something, that's who he'd snap it to. Doesn't look like he's going to do it here. That back to Stibe. He takes a kind of a hooch kick. Beautiful punt.
Oh, yeah.
Bounces right on the 10. Going to roll in, though.
Man, but that was a nice punt. It hasn't been rolling that much on the bounce, but that thing bounced about the 15-yard line and went right into the end zone, so they'll get it on the 20.
Green Run gets it 1st and 10 from their own 20. Green Run now we were looking at yardage. They've had plenty of yards going forward, but they've had 5 penalties so far, losing 35 yards. So that is, the Green Run Stallions have hurt themselves.
You say that, but there was another one that was about a 90-yarder. Because he had a touchdown, it was called back, and the ball went clear back to the 10-yard line. So, yeah, if you put that in there, that really makes a big difference.
1st and 10 from the 20. Dominic Genoa in the shotgun. Kyle Cancio does not get the handoff. Instead, the pass is over the right side. It looks by the bulk to be Mark Hall, and it is. Hall looks like Richie Staten from Kickitan.
Yeah,
He's got that block shape, and yet has the speed. That time, the ball thrown short. 2nd and 10 for the Stallions from their 20.
6'3", 215. They're gonna put a little muscle on him up there at UVA.
Big kid now. Genoa back in the shotgun spot, standing at his own 15. This time he looks left. And that's a nice pass out to wide receiver Amir Clark Groves.
It looked like he picked well close to the first down.
Clark Groves, actually, they spot him only on the 26. Pickup of 6 yards for the Stallions. 3rd down and 4 for Green Run.
I'm looking at the wrong yard line. Here's the replay. This is a great pass because, I mean, you've got to have a pretty strong arm to get that ball over there. He was throwing from the other hash mark on the far side.
3rd down and 4. Genoa behind in the center in his shotgun spot. Cancio to his left. 2 receivers left, 2 right. This time he goes right. Throw that time bouncing right off of his chest. That's Damian Smith that repelled the pass with his chest. And it's 4th down and 4 for the Stallions.
Oh, man, because that was right on the money. Watch this.
Like was it off his helmet? It was.
Yeah.
Either that or his
I think it right through his hands and right off his helmet.
Off his force field. I mean, that thing bounced right back. Almost Genoa could have picked it up and run on. Well, there's another punt now for the Green Run Stallions. Dwight Bland, I believe, is the punter. He's back in formation. Newsom back to receive the punt from the Stallions. Here it comes. The punt from the 15 is a short one. Craver's got to watch out, be sure it doesn't hit him in the helmet. That's going to roll out of bounds just about the 48-yard line of Hampton. Let's see where the spot is.
He's going to put it right on the mark, right at 47.
Probably lost him about a half a yard there, but
actually
be 1st and 10, 48.
Yeah, 48. But it was a half a yard for what we could see where it went out of bounds.
Travers take over with 5:13 left here in the second quarter, enjoying a 16-0 lead over the Green Run Stallions. Jeremy Eubank gets his play. Off comes Bellamy. Newsom to the right. Jamal Brown to the left. Also Daquan Moore from his tight end spot out to the left. And Eubank under center. He's got Cogdell and Marshawn Williams behind him. That time it's handed off to Williams. Good run up the right side. Going to be a call to hold in the middle. Of the flag nearly pierced the line. Williams out to the 46 of the Stallions, but that's going to be brought back as a hold.
Yeah, anytime you get a flag in there, it's going to be usually it's going to be a hold.
The Southeastern District officials not shy to throw the yellow hanky tonight. That's going to be the 8th penalty called tonight, and we're only in the second quarter. So a hold against the Crabbers.
On black, repeat first down.
Looks like the Crabbers going to be penalized 8 yards. Let's see if the net is 8. Let's look at the calculation.
Looks like
here.
about 8.
So 1st and 18 for the Crabbers from their own 39-yard line. Jeremy Eubank comes to the sideline, as do all Crabber quarterbacks. Come over to get the play from Mike Smith. And out he goes. Crabbers on the near hash mark. Dante Wilson, the muscle-bound junior center, over the ball. Eubank underneath him. Handoff this time. That time it's Bellamy, it looks like.
Oh, but they collapsed. That defensive line just collapsed down and took away any possibility of a crease or a hole or anything in it for Bellamy that time.
That's Kamari Alcorn at the bottom of the pile. That big boy we saw at the coin toss.
Right.
And nice play by Alcorn. So 2nd and just about 18 to go for the Crabbers. Eubank with the play. This time Jamal Brown goes left, as does Daquan Moore. Deion Newsom right. Cogdell and Bellamy in the backfield now for the Crabbers. Here comes the rush right up the middle. Eubank gets rid of it quickly to Bellamy. No room, though. He's up over the 40, down to the 41.
And there was just nowhere to go that time, but they brought the house that time against Eubank.
Jockey Eaton on the tackle, number 21 for the Stallions. 3rd down and about 16 now for Hampton. That's Shockey Eaton hanging on for dear life at the feet. Nice tackle by the senior from Green Run. Eaton 5'9", 165 pounds. Looked bigger in that photograph we just saw. Time going to be called by the Crabbers.
They're going to have to stop talk about this. We got third down and long. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be right back after their timeout. You can see the Hampton Crabber group there talking to not only Mike Smith out there, Danny Mitchell's out there, making sure that everybody's on the same page. You got third and long, Frank.
Third and about 16 for Hampton. This time Bellamy in the backfield with his quarterback Jeremy Eubank. Looks like Newsome right. Here comes a rush again. This time it's picked up, nicely thrown in the middle, right off the hands of Daquan Moore. He had a chance that would have been just short of the first down. If he was able to keep his feet, he would have been across. Eubank has his hands out like, why me? But not able to come up with it.
Yeah,
beautifully thrown ball.
It was excellent pass.
Just on the fingertips of Moore, and the Crabbers going to punt here. Curtis Stibe in to do the kicking for the Hampton Crabbers. He's going to kick from just behind his own 30-yard line. Jermaine Griffin back for the Stallions on the left. That's a short punt. It's going to get over the 30-yard line and continue to take a roll. Now it's going to come back towards the Crabbers, so they're going to down it right there on the Stallions' 27-yard line. 1st and 10 for Green Run with 3 minutes and 9 seconds to go here in the second quarter. 16-0, Bob.
Hey, you know, that wasn't a bad punt. It was a short punt, but he gave no return. No return at all on it.
Here comes the incomplete pass on the replay. Let's see what happened. A nice pass. Eubank stood right in there.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Just off the hands. Okay, well, we're back with Dominic Genoa back in the shotgun spot. He's going to spread out his receivers, 2 right, 2 left.
I wonder if they ice his arm down during halftime.
Tell you one thing, he does a little bit of everything. And we were told coming in he was the team.
Yeah,
Kyle Cancio to his right now. Cancio leaves before the ball gets there, but there goes Genoa right up the middle. He's still up over the 35. About 8 yards. They're going to spot it at the 36 for Green Run. Nice pickup by Genoa.
And it just nothing than a quarterback draw is all it is. And he just got back in, found a little crease. They never did take him all the way down. They stopped his forward progress, but that was it.
Ogdale had him by the shirt. He wasn't going any further. Back goes Genoa this time on second down. Throws over the left, and it's just over the outreached hands of Kayvon Bellamy. The catch made out there by number 10, Amir Clark Groves. Second nice catch from Groves.
What a nice pass, though. You laid it right over the top of the linebacker, right into the hands of your receiver, and you see this right over that. Excellent pass and catch.
Yes. 1st and 10 for Genoa and the Green Run Stallions from the Crabber 43. Officials timeout there at the line. I think they're pointing that the ball and the yard marker don't exactly match.
No, they don't.
So that's interesting. Number 71 for the Crabbers checks in. That's Clem Thomas. He comes in. He's going to give a break to number 80, looks like 82, or excuse me, 62, Troy Garrett.
Yeah.
All right, here's Genoa back again with a shotgun. This time down the right side. That ball lobbed up and caught by Mark Hall. Should have been picked off, but it was caught by Hall. Hall showing his strength that time as he hauls in the pass at the 9-yard line. What a beautiful pass.
And it went up, and Daquan Moore, they're both 6'3". He just went up and took it away from him.
That size off. Garrett back in for the Crabbers. First down and goal for the Green Run Stallions from just inside the Crabber 10-yard line. Genoa back in the shotgun spot. This time he's going to run it himself. There's another hole probably in the backfield. Yeah. And that time Genoa up over the 5, but not going to last long. illegal shift that time by the Green Run Stallions. Their 6th or 7th penalty. 6th, I think. That cost them a good run. Now, you know, Bob, this is what I expected out of Genoa, which was him mixing the run in much more than we've seen so far.
Well,
Now
on this drive, he's done it twice.
Yes.
Right, and I figured we would see him left, him right, and then him pass. We've seen all passing until this drive. So 5 yards going to knock the Stallions back to just inside their the Crabber 15-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 14. This time Cal Cancio, the tailback, is going to be to the left of Dominic Genoa. The big quarterback signals, gets the hike, fakes to Cancio, throws left. That one's caught by number 7. That's Kadeem Baker with his first catch of the night. He's down to the 5-yard line, tackled out there by number 9, Desmond Jenneret, and number 20, Kayvon Bell.
Did a great job of putting his head down and picking it, going right between the 2 tacklers right there. We're right between them.
2nd and goal from the 5 for the Stallions. Genoa in the shotgun. This time he fakes it again to Cancio, throws left this time. Throws right. That's number 7, Kadeem Baker, making the catch. He's going to be spotted at just about the 3-yard line. No, they're going to move him back to the 4. It depends on which side you look at. So 3rd and goal from the 4.
Right here, you can see it. He got the ball, and where he actually, his feet were at about the 3.
Green Run now moving Mark Hall to the left, moving Kadeem Baker to the left. 3 left, 1 right. Genoa looking, and now no play, and he's going to call timeout.
Well, you got 53 seconds to go and a half, and you want to make sure if you want to, you try to score as soon as you can, but the coach wants to make sure they're on the same page. And Coach Wilson, talking to him earlier, and there's a lot of Peninsula faithful, especially those at Kickingham High School, that knew Roscoe Coles. Well, Roscoe Coles is Coach Wilson's dad.
Oh, very good, yeah. Nice tackle out there by Deion Newsom, and may have hit him just a tad early, but got away with it, not be able to knock down the receiver. And it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 4. I know Green Run, who has put up some yards on the offense tonight, would like to get this ball across that goal line, and I know Coach Smith is telling his guys there's going to be no water at half if they let them score a touchdown here.
Yeah,
so
that's not going to make them happy going into halftime.
Green Run looking to gain a little momentum here. They've been on their heels most of this half, and now trying to go into the locker room at least a tad bit closer than the current 16-point deficit they are enduring.
And to remember that the Crabbers are going to get the ball at the beginning of the second half because they deferred on the first half.
And now breaking the huddle. Coach Sean Wilson going to back away. He's giving the play to his good-looking quarterback, Dominic Genoa. Genoa now 12 of 16 for 174 yards yet, but no points. Genoa back in his shotgun this time. This time he's going to run it. It was a run all the way over the 5 down to the 3. He's met out there, I believe, by may have been Chris Flood. Let's see.
Yeah, looked like Flood out there, but
somebody welcomed him with open arms. And the ball down now on the 3-yard line of the Crabbers. 4th and goal. Let's see if Wilson wants to try to put 3 up or try to put 6 on. Going to be another timeout, I think, called here. Let's see.
And this should be their final timeout.
Timeout, Green Run. So it's 23 seconds left here in the second quarter. It's 16-0. Hampton Crabbers over the Green Run Stallions.
A good shot of the huddle. And Danny Mitchell is right in there. He's the defensive.
Here we go.
Watch the replay.
General running this ball all the way. Is that Cogdale that met him?
Yeah,
I can't say. Dallas Cogdale, yeah. Chris Flood on the ground there. As you can see the dreadlocks flying, but not in that play. One thing we've noticed by the Crabbers, as we've seen in the last, they're on a 6-game winning streak, and I think it comes down to 2 factors. One, Jeremy Eubanks' right hand is healing and has healed.
Right.
Second, the lines that have been put together and were put together at the beginning of the year are starting to play stronger. You have Cogdale moving up to play defensive line from his linebacker spot of last year. And Dante Wilson's continuing maturity. Troy Garrett is a sophomore, his growth this year. So here we go, 4th and 4. Green Run hustles onto the field. Genoa up under center. He's going to talk to DePaulo, his center. He's going to back up into the shotgun. Kyle Cancio to the right there, the running back. That one high snap. It's going to, Genoa is going to get right down to the goal line. There's going to be a discussion here about whether they got in.
And he's going to give it to him.
And they're going to touchdown. Dominic Genoa, he's in with a touchdown. That's going to be a close one. I'd like to see a replay on that. So Dominic Genoa in with the keeper here for the first touchdown of the day for Green Run. That time they certainly slowed him up, but the big man leaned over, and I believe he got it.
Yeah, just all you have to do is break that plane with the ball.
So now the Stallions are going to go for 2, it looks like. Let's see.
Well, you know, you're trailing 16, so you got 2 touchdowns, 2 two-point conversions.
Here's the play. It's a snap over the head of number 27. That's Reginald Mays, a defensive back, and he's going to have to fall on it. No extra point, no 2-point conversion for the Stallions. So they are going to go probably into halftime, unless we see something on the kickoff, losing 16-6 here with 14 seconds to go, second quarter.
We're talking about the importance of a long snapper.
I believe this is DePaula, the normal snapper, and he's had some trouble tonight. That one hiked over the head, and that's going to eliminate any chance for an extra point for the Stallions. Well, nice drive by the Stallions, who were doing a little bit of what we thought they would do coming in the game, which is run Genoa, not just having
Passing,
throw.
Yeah, but the percentages has got to be, you know, 85-15 pass to run, but I expected him to run a little bit more.
I think our halftime statistics are going to show he's throwing and making the completions about 75% of the time, too. So he's been very effective. Here is Dwight Bland with a kickoff for the Stallions. Back is Newsom. There's a kickoff. It's a little quibbler, and it's going to be caught on the sideline by Craver, who's going to be barked at for stopping that. That was Bellamy, I think. Is that Bellamy? No, it's number 80 again.
Well, and
that's Jonathan Eccles, and if it rolled out of bounds, they'd have picked up a few more yards.
Yeah, but I think he was smart, because if it doesn't go out, it's a live ball.
Right. First down for the Cravers on their own 32 here with 13 seconds left in the second quarter and a 16-6 lead over the Green Run Stallions. Stallions go into a prevent defense. They drop back a couple of outfielders here. Eubank in the shotgun. Cogdell in front of him. Newsom right this time, Brown left. This time he goes right. It is Brown right, excuse me, and that's going to fall between 2 defenders. Brown, I don't think, saw the ball. And number 6 for the Green Run Stallions had a chance for the interception. That's Daquan Gary DeBerry. He had a chance for interception, couldn't come up with it.
Watch the replay, and you'll see where that ball was coming down and really put some height on it right there. And Brown had a chance at it too, because you know he wasn't looking for it to pass through the defender's hands.
2nd and 10 for the Crabbers from their own 32. 8 seconds to go in the second quarter. This time Newsom left, Brown right. Tight end Daquan Moore on the left side next to Flood. Eubank drops back. That time hands off to Marshawn Williams. He's stopped in the backfield. And that's going to do it for the half as the clock ticks to 0. Williams on the bottom of the pile as the Green Run Stallions pull themselves up, and Mark Hall helps up Marshawn Williams. That's a future Cavalier behavior there as Hall helps them up. And we go to halftime with the Crabbers leading the Stallions 16-6.
Got 2 additional scores.
Welcome back to Darling Stadium in the on Veterans Day here in 2011 for the second half of the first Division V playoff game here in the Eastern Region for 2011. The Hampton Crabbers going into the third quarter leading the Green Run Stallions 16-6.
Well,
Bob?
it's been a game like we thought it would be, except that I thought that the quarterback for Green Run would run a little bit more than he's been passing, but what a great passer he is, and Hampton has not been able to stop the pass.
No, and you can see from the statistic, Green Run has had a pretty fair amount of success in the middle of the field, running up and down. The quarterback, Dominic Genoa, has played very well. He is 12 for 18 for 174 yards.
Yeah.
So he has really been the offense for Green Run, as promised. As promised. You also see that he has not run the ball a lot. 1 rushing yard net for the Green Run Stallions. We did see Genoa start to run the ball himself in that last drive that resulted in their only touchdown.
Well, and he was the one that ran it in. In fact, the last 2 plays was nothing more than him running it from the shotgun formation.
And on the Crabbers, you can see the yardage there: 61 yards passing, 52 rushing. That accurately describes what I would describe as a balanced offensive attack there in the first half. The penalties hurt the Green Run Stallions. They had 6 penalties for 40 yards. The Crabbers didn't do themselves any favors, but they only had 3 for 18. 1 turnover apiece, 1 interception apiece, and time of possession just about equal, although I would tell you if you marked it somewhere early in the second quarter, Green Run probably had the ball twice as much as the Crabbers in that first 15 or 18 minutes. So a very balanced statistic night for the 2 teams, but on the field and in the scoring column where it counts, it's been all Hampton Crabbers. The Stallions scored their only touchdown with less than a minute to go in the first half. And we're going to go and see some highlights, which will include that touchdown by the Green Run Stallions. You see the Hampton band there. We just saw a great performance by the Green Run band. I want to compliment them. A small group, but a very energetic performance. There's the Thacker Crabbermobile. It's at every game.
Watch the highlights here, Frank.
All right, first one we're going to see is a drop back by Genoa. Roll right, tipped there by Christopher Flood. Picked off by DeMontre Harper, who got the start tonight for the Crabbers. He runs all the way back into Green Run territory. Nice play by Harper. And Harper, again, one of those Crabbers we've seen mature all year. Here's the handoff to Kayvon Bellamy, where we first started to see Kayvon showing last year's form. There's a fake there to Kayvon Bellamy. This time a pass over the middle, and it's going to be picked off.
Yeah, it was not a well-orchestrated pass that time.
This time Bellamy flashes the legwork again, that time up and over for the Crabbers' first touchdown. There's the touchdown pass to surprising receiver Jonathan Eccles with a nice catch. And here's the big play, called back on a penalty. You see the penalty right there, a block in the back. But Damian Smith for the Stallions going to run it all the way back, 96 yards for the apparent touchdown, unfortunately for the Stallions, call back on the penalty. This time another penalty hurts the Stallions, resulting in a score as Genoa rolls out to the right. His lineman is called for holding in the end zone and resulting in a safety. There's Genoa running in for the only touchdown of the game, and that was the extra point attempt, hiked over the head, and no go for the Stallions.
Yeah. I don't think they're going to change anything. Mike Smith does a great job of making some adjustments at halftime, and the place they're going to make the adjustments has got to be in the defensive backfield.
And they're going to have to pick up Mark Hall. Mark Hall, the UVA Cavalier-bound Green Run, he's done everything.
Yeah, you hit him when he comes off the line, take away some of that timing with him. The Crabbers will get the ball at the beginning of the second half. I don't know what changes the Green Run going to do, except I think they need to go by at that last drive they had. After giving up the 2 points on a safety, they stopped the Crabbers, made them punt, and then drove the ball down and scored.
Right.
And that's turning a negative into a positive pretty good. You go into the locker room, at least you scored the point. You didn't get your 2-point conversion.
There's a moon over a crisp, beautiful fall night here at Darling Stadium. The moon almost full tonight.
This is what you call football weather, no doubt about it.
Well, the Green Run team now is just making its way around the end of the bleachers over there, and they're going to
There's a Hall
come
guy.
out soon here and join the Crabbers on the field. Hall with 7 catches, 99 yards for the big man for Green Run. And folks, when we heard he was going to UVA, of course we hadn't seen him. We've been very impressed with Mark Hall. 6'3", 215, runs like a gazelle, and good
Great
hands. Very good hands. We've seen a couple good pass catches tonight from both teams.
Yeah.
Of course, if you're a receiver for Green Run, you got to be happy because you're going to get the ball thrown your way.
Well, they're not going to, you know, they only put one back. At the most, they put one back in the backfield, and sometimes they'll put him in motion. So you're running out there. You got 4 or 5 receivers that you throw the ball to. You know you're going to get the ball every now and then if you get yourself open.
We've mentioned Kyle Cancio earlier. You mentioned him to me earlier today. Sean Wilson said something to you. What was he telling you about Cancio, the tailback that apparently never carries the ball? But
Right. He says of all the players that he came into camp at the beginning of the school year, this was a young man they didn't expect much of. But he said he really blossomed and became a leader by example for the team. He hasn't got the ball much tonight, but what a fine athlete that Coach Wilson thinks he is.
Well, I would imagine we're going to see Cancio get the ball here. A couple of 3 carries, Brent says. I would imagine we're going to see him carry the ball here because it would make it more the fake more effective if you give him the ball a couple more times.
Well, yeah, you can't just rely on you can't sit back and rush your lineman. And the 2 times that Hampton Crabbers were caught rushing was on the screen pass.
That's right.
And both of them were excellently executed. Excellent.
Well,
Man, that was just beautiful.
Well, we saw on that one screen pass, it was very effective. We saw Troy Garrett, the sophomore all-district guard for the Crabbers, break free, and he's not a tall fella, and he weighs 268 pounds, but he was sprinting towards Genoa. Genoa just able to get the ball over his hands to his receiver and get it picked up about 20 on that play. The Crabbers have played very well on the defense. They are going to have to watch out for Mark Hall here in the second half. Well, here we're going to go to meet in the middle. The Crabbers are going to have the choice here in the second half. They deferred in the first, so they're going to take the ball as Kayvon Bellamy goes out to meet his counterpart.
I see Desmond Generette on the sideline stretching, and one of the coaches stretching his arm like he's got a catch in his left shoulder. But let's hope there's just a cramp.
Generette named first-team All-Peninsula District from his cornerback spot, and that has been a little bit of a surprise. Not a surprise from the perspective of coming in this year, not expecting him to get such an honor. However, the way he's played this year, he has been very, very good at cornerback, and a much-earned and deserved honor for Desmond Generette. Hopefully that arm's okay. I think he got tangled up in a tackle out there and maybe pulled that arm back in a way it shouldn't have gone.
Now, that may be why he's stretching that right now, to make sure it doesn't cramp up on him. The Crabbers will be going to our left. They'll be going towards the left end of the field, which is
west end. We're going toward the west end, really going into the wind in the third quarter, which is an interesting end of field selection by the Stallions. You would have thought they'd wanted the wind in their backs in the fourth quarter. There's a close-up of Dallas Cogdell. I always describe as a man among boys. He's a big kid and a hard runner. We saw him do his good job of catching the ball tonight. All right, the kicker, number 15, Dwight Bland for the Stallions, has got the ball on the 40. Here we go in the second half. 16-6, Hampton Crabbers, and here's the kick. Low kick is going to bounce. Knocked down by one, Crabber picked up by another. Up the middle that time, makes it out to about the 28-yard line of the Hampton Crabbers. Spotted actually back on the 27, 1st and 10 for Hampton here as we're underway in the third quarter.
Well, everything was right in the middle. There was nothing. If you look at that replay, when they made the tackle, all 22 players are right within 15 yards of each other.
Avon Bellamy in at the tailback behind Dallas Cogdell and Jeremy Eubank.
And here's the replay right here, and it's just everybody right there.
Eubank under center, he fumbles the ball. I think he got it back. He fell, picked it up, and kind of fell forward. May have regained the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 for the Crabbers.
Well, that's some play. He hasn't been under center that much tonight. when he goes back in that shotgun formation, he'll hand the ball off to Bellamy or Williams or
We're going to see the snap here. No. We're going to see the Hampton cheerleaders who are in their outdoor attire. It's a little chilly here. Not as cold as it was earlier today. Not quite as much of a breeze. Second and almost 11 now for the Crabbers. That handoff up the middle is to Marshawn Williams. He makes it to the 30, but that's as far as he gets.
That was a trap play over the right side that time.
I think that was Mark Hall on the hit. He really flattened Williams as he came across the 30-yard line. Williams, a sophomore, of course, Bob.
Yeah.
Had a great year backing up Kayvon Bellamy when Bellamy was out with the bad ankle. Marshawn Williams finished the year with 615 yards on 87 carries. He's good for 9th in the district, but he had 13 rushing touchdowns.
There's the replay of that.
There's a stop. So 3rd and about 8 yards for the Crabbers from their own, just past their own 30. Eubank back to pass. He's got a man open left, but he goes down the middle. That's Newsom. Reaches up, makes the catch.
And I tell you, this young
Deion
man
Newsom
has not been called much tonight, but you got to be worried of him if you're coaching on the other side. And I was talking to his dad, and I said, is he about your side? He said, no, he's got me by about 2 inches. And I said, well, he's got to get bigger than if he's going to be like you. And he said, yeah, but he says what tickles him the most is he's got a 3.56 GPA. And he said that's what really makes you happy.
Jamal Brown, Daquan Moore left. Newsom right, Eubank under center. That time handed to the fullback Cogdell. He's up to the 40. And now the pile moves him to the 41 before the whistle's blown, and both lines judges do not move. They stay at the 40. Pickup of 2 for Cogdell, 2nd and 8 for the Crabbers.
2nd and 8. Ball's on the 40.
Avon Bellamy in the backfield now as Eubanks on the sideline getting the play from Coach Mike Smith. Big play there.
And you can see just a quick trap up the middle, and Green Run was ready for him, but
all right, Cogdell and Bellamy split. Eubank in the middle in the shotgun. 2nd and 8 for the Crabbers. This time he looks left, throws left. Catch out there, but Jamal Brown just across the 35-yard line down to about the 34.
Yeah, it looks like he's about a yard shy, doesn't it?
Just short of the first down. 3rd down and about 2 for the Crabbers.
3rd and maybe 2.
Bank over the sideline again.
Well, this is an area where if they don't make it, they will not punt the ball. If you punt the ball, it goes in the end zone. They're going to pick up about 12, 13, maybe 14 yards.
Cogdell out. Williams in the fullback spot. Bellamy in the tailback. Eubank goes under center to start. Let's see if he stays. He does. 3rd and 2. Handoff to Bellamy. He's up over.
Yeah, he got it.
He's down to about the 32-yard line. He's got the first down.
All he needs is just a little seam, little crack that he can get in between the blockers.
They're going to measure. I don't think they are. First down, granted without a measurement. So the Crabbers 1st and 10 from the Stallion 32. And we're seeing Kayvon Bellamy in the second half continue with the form we've seen in the first.
I think they marked that on the 31 that time.
Down to the 31. Very good. 1st and 10 from the 31.
I don't know who moved it, but we'll take that spot.
Now we got Marshawn Williams in the fullback spot. He gets the handoff up over the 30-yard line down to about the 29.
And that was number 21 making the tackle that time, the outside back, or Chicago Eaton.
Shockey Eaton.
Is that the way you pronounce it? Shockey.
Yep. And he's had a couple good tackles tonight.
Yeah.
2nd and 8 for the Crabbers. Bank under center. This time it's a pitch.
It didn't
out
fool
over
him.
the 30-yard line.
Did not fool him at all.
That's Bellamy. He's not walking real easy. He's walking a little gingerly on that ankle now.
Yeah. Mark Hall was in on the tackle that time, so the young man going to UVA can play some defense also. As you can watch the replay, fake, and they just were not fooled at all by the fake up up the middle.
Well, Hall starts from his left defensive end and ends up on the far right that time. Third down and a long 8-yard line for the Crabber. Eubank under center calls timeout.
He trying to draw him offside. You can see the linebackers moved, but that's not who you want to move. If they got to move, you want those interior linemen to jump in the neutral zone.
Crabbers take their first time out here with 7:39 to go in the third quarter. It's 16-6 Hampton over a green run. Mike Smith wants to talk to Eubank in his offense. Give him a plan here to pick up over 8 yards for the first down.
Well, at least pick up something that's manageable, but they're not going to punt the ball.
Tonight, the defense of the Stallions up the middle has been pretty stout. Mark Hall has played both sides from his end spot. He's played the left and the right, and he's been very effective in stopping the run on his side. So Crabber's going to have to come up with something here. I expect a little play action pass. Jamal Brown and Daquan Moore left. Deion Newsom goes right. Cogdell in the backfield with his quarterback. Now Moore moves to the right side. So the tight end split out. Stallions showing rush. Eubank's got time in the backfield. Throw over the middle again. The man covered by 3 Stallions. And that one knocked down. That looked like number, could have been number 6.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Daquan Gary DeBerry. And it's 4th down and 8 for the Crabbers from the Stallions 30. They may go here. This is the zone you were talking about.
Yep.
A punt is not going to net them a lot of yards.
No, it's not.
Bellamy in, Marshawn Williams out for the Crabbers as Eubank brings into play. Jamal Brown split left. He doesn't even go into huddle. So Daquan Moore going to the left side, the tight end, and Deion Newsom split out to the right. Banking a shotgun from his own 35. Got Cogdell in front of him along with Bellamy. He drops back. Rush comes through, and that's going to be, I thought there'd be an interference call on that.
Yeah.
As Jamal Brown was being shoved to the ground there by number 3, Kyle Cansio. No call. It'll be a turnover. Let's see here as Brown gets laid upon. Can we pick it up? You see him is already on his back, but it's going to be Stallion ball from the 30. 1st and 10 with 7:29 to go in the third quarter.
Well, if you're Stallions, you want to come out and stop the Crabbers on their first possession, and you did.
Now they want to move the ball. 1st and 10, offside Dallas Cogdell for the Crabbers. Crabbers have not only given up the ball on downs, but now have given the Stallions 5 yards.
I'm black, still 1.
And it's 1st and 5 for the Green Run Stallions. Same play they're going to run. Dominic Genoa, the quarterback, back in the shotgun. Kyle Cansio, the rarely used running back, to his left. 2 wideouts left, 2 right. Here's a snap. Good snap, Genoa back. He looks over the left side. Ball up in the air for grabs, and it's grabbed by Damian Smith. How in the world the Crabbers don't come up with that, I don't know.
He just wanted it more, it looked like. He went to the ball. What a great pass.
We'll see here is now the ball was up for grabs, and Smith, we've seen him play well. We've seen him drop a few, but here he goes up and gets it. He just out-hustles the cornerback, able to pick it up. Long pass for Genoa, the ball down now on the Crabber 25.
About 45-yarder.
So here comes Green Run. 1st and 10 from the Crabber 25. Handoff to Cansio. He hits the line, stops a minute just long enough for a Crabber to yank him down. Pickup of about 4. 2nd and 6 for the Stallions.
Well, this is what we had talked about at the end of the first half, of running the ball a little bit more, keep that Crabber defense, keep them honest.
Mark Hall on the left side. I saw him, Cansio to the right of his quarterback this time. And here comes Genoa. He's going to take it himself. Slipped the tackle there on the 25, down on the 20, down to just about the 15-yard line. Not quite enough for a first down, but 3rd and about a foot.
Yeah, they're going to mark it about 14 and a half.
See it on the replay here as Genoa takes it himself. He slips one tackle. That's Dante Wilson that missed him.
There was 2 tackles that he slipped.
A third and about a foot for the Stallions. 2 wideouts right, 2 left. Cancio to the left of the quarterback. Genoa in the shotgun. Here comes the snap. Crabbers looking for a bad snap. Now they're looking to Stallions looking for a offsides on the Crabbers. Can't draw it. Snap. Back is Genoa. He goes to the left. That one way overthrown. Mark Hall out there on the left side.
Well, if it had been on the target, it would have been intercepted.
So 4th now and a foot. I imagine we're going to see a Genoa sneak here. He's 6'3". Genoa up under center. And they're following Big DePaulo. Nice stop by the Crabbers. I don't know if they're going to give. It's going to depend on the spot.
Yeah.
The man on the near side doesn't seem to have it as a first down. The one on the far does. There's going to be a measurement, I would imagine. DePaulo, Javon DePaulo is the center. He's 285 pounds. They are going to measure. You see, he just follows DePaulo right over the middle.
But he didn't get any movement from that offensive line that time.
That Cottrell Green got shoved back, the guard, on the right side.
But that was 4th down, too.
This is going to be close, yes.
Well, if Tim was here, I'd say, Eagle Eye, what is it? And he'd tell me.
I think they may have gotten this one. Let's see. Touch out that string, first down. So 1st and 15, excuse me, 1st and 10 from the Crabber 15 for the Green Run Stallions. Got to keep your eye on Mark Hall. He's going to be on the left. Genoa over to get the play. One Wilson flashing the play in. 3 receivers left. 1 back in the backfield. All over the ball. Tight end on the left side. Snap to Dominic Genoa. High snap. Fake handoff to Cancio. And he slipped 2 or 3 or 4 tackles, and he goes in for a touchdown.
That
Nice play by Genoa.
Just poor tackling on the Crabbers that time. About 3 or 4 guys, he just ran right through their tackle.
A 15-yard rushing touchdown for Dominic Genoa, and that draws the Green Run Stallions within 4.
Watch this. 1,
2, 3, 4, 5. So not a good defensive series by the Crabbers. Here comes Genoa with the play. They're going to go for 2. They trail by 4. A little hike to number 27. Last time went over his head. That time he's down to the goal line. He did not make it.
And I don't know if they have a guy that can kick the field goal or not, but if you kick the extra point, you're within 3.
I don't
and now
see
you're traveling by 4.
That's the second time Reginald Mays has dropped back into position. First time it hiked over his head. And here's the run again. No, here comes the extra point. That's no, it doesn't make it. Stop down there, somebody at his feet. Well, the Crabbers give up a touchdown on a rather straightforward set of plays from Green Run, including 1 big pass, and now the Crabbers leading 16-12 here in the 3rd quarter. 5:26 remaining. White Bland's going to tee it up from the 40. Deion Newsom back. I imagine Jamal Brown's with him. Folks, it's hard to see these numbers on those black jerseys unless they're turned right to you. So Dwight Bland to kick it off. Here's the kick. A little fluff kick. Somebody's got to pick it up, and they do this time. Nice run through. That's DeQuan Moore. And he's shoved out of bounds, continuing to get shoved out of bounds. Surprising no foul there. But he's going to be right about at the 41 or 42 of the Crabbers.
And there was a little extra shoving after he got out of bounds that time.
Here he comes. Short kick, picked up by Moore, the
at
safety.
About the 27-yard line.
And tight end. There he gets backed out. Now he's out of bounds, and we're still going. 1st and 10. No, the ball moved back to the 38.
How did that happen?
The umpire standing on the 41, but the ball's at the 38-yard line of the Crabbers. 1st and 10, 5:21 to go. That last scoring play, or Genoa, excuse me, 1 for 2 for 45 yards passing that last touchdown drive. Eubank has to go to his right this time. Now he's going to run it. Grabbed by number 71 of the Stallions. That's Renard Graham. He's going to bring down Jeremy Eubank after gaining about 2 yards. 2nd and 8 for the Crabbers.
5'9", 260. He's not a big kid, but he's got some weight. 5'9", 260. Get a hold of you, you're not going to go anywhere.
He's got his sign, got his play. Williams in now as the fullback. Kayvon Bellamy the tailback. Daquan Moore and Jamal Brown left. Deion Newsome right. 2nd and 8. Fake handoff. Eubank slips again. This time he throws a high fly ball to right. And that is caught out there. That's Deion Newsome.
Well, what he did was make sure that the defenser could not get around him.
Right. Kadeem Baker on the coverage. And thanks to Deion Newsome's body position, he's able to haul that long toss in from Eubank. Certainly not a zip on that pass.
And he
not a lot of
slipped
zips,
again.
excuse me.
But you can see he just made sure that the other guy could not get in his way. And again, there's a slip.
Yeah, Kadeem Baker named as a starting safety just before game time. Not able to knock the ball away from Newsome. 1st and 10 for the Crabbers from the Green Run 27. Bank this time handling it. That time is Bellamy up over the 25 down to about the 23. Though it's the 24 on one side, 23 on the other. Again, not a very helpful spot for the Crabbers. 2nd and about 6 for the Crabbers.
I'm amazed at how far off they can be.
They seem to be very different depending on the sideline. Well, Bellamy again flashing some signs that his ankle is healthy. And it's 2nd and 6. Bellamy deep behind quarterback Jeremy Eubank. Eubank under center. That time it's to Bellamy right up the middle.
And it looked like he's close to the first down, depending on the spot.
Jockey Eaton, whose name we've called several times with good tackles, he gets credit for the stop there as he reaches out and grabs Bellamy's feet.
That is the first down.
1st down for the Crabbers. They're on the Stallions 16-yard line. Crabbers driving, trying to recover from an early touchdown here in the 3rd quarter by the Green Run Stallions to draw them within 4. 16-12 now is the score. Eubank this time handing off to Bellamy. I don't think he had a hold of the ball that time. He had to recovered it, and he's up over the 15.
He made a good move after he secured the ball. He got hit, and he just spun out of a tackle. Looked like he picked up a couple more yards.
That's who's on the stop here? That's big 72.
Right there, he was hit back. In fact, actually, he was hit before he got to the line of scrimmage and still picked up a yard or 2.
Maury Alcorn with the initial hit behind right at the line of scrimmage, but Bellamy able to stretch it out. 2nd down now and 8 for the Crabbers from the 15. Eubank under center. Pitch out this time. Bellamy met in the backfield. Mark Hall, who is through the hit of Hall and up back across the 15.
Hall picked up that play.
I think Hall may have knocked himself silly with that one. He hit helmet to helmet, almost face mask to face mask with Bellamy, and he shook him up a little bit. Hall is everywhere. How many Halls do they have? 3rd and 8 now from the 15. Bellamy the tailback. Williams, it looks like, at the fullback. It is. Fake to the back. Throw over the middle. And that's almost caught down there. Bounced out of the hands. Kadeem Baker on the coverage again of Deion Newsome. Throw was where it had to be, Bob.
Yeah. It's the only place you want to put it where only one that's going to be able to catch it is your man. And that's exactly what he did. Watch the replay and you can see where this, from the ground level.
4th and 8 as we're watching replay. Oh, right there, just out of the hands of Deion Newsome. Crabbers going to go for it again. 2nd time on 4th down they've gone for it in this Green Run in the 3rd quarter. Eubank flanked by Cogdell and Bellamy. Cogdell going to slip over. Bellamy open to the right. That time he throws it to Cogdell, and Cogdell drops the ball. And he had him wide open, and he had a wide lane, and not
he
to
had
be.
4 or 5 blockers out in front of him.
Second time the Crabbers have dropped the ball tonight, and that has really cost them. That one hurt. Cogdell usually very sure-handed. I think he was a little bit surprised. Eubank checks a couple places, and he just turned to run with it before he got it.
Yep, exactly.
1st and 10 for the Green Run Stallions from their own 15. Minute 31 to go here in the third quarter. 16-12, Hampton High. Genoa back deep. This time he checks off. Going to run up and tell his center, Javon DePaula, what the count is.
I think what they're doing is it's a quick count. They're trying to see if they can draw the Crabbers offside.
Well, that time, a throw over to Damian Smith, the left-hand side, and Daquan Moore, and both looks like it was Desmond Jenneret over there. Backed off a great deal and gave them a first down, 11-yard pickup for the Stallions.
Too much cushion that time. This young man's got a strong arm.
Dante Kitchings on the right side now at corner. And DeMontre Harper moves out the right side. Dominic Genoa back in the shotgun. This time Cancio gets a little swing pass over the left side. Nice block out there by the receiver. And that was tackle made by Deion Newsom, it looks like.
Yeah, Newsom made the tackle.
But the block was by number 7, Kadeem Baker. Look at him out here on the right. That frees him up for 11-yard pickup. There's the block that I was talking about. 1st and 10 from the 41 for the Green Run Stallions. Travers reeling a little bit on defense. 3 down linemen here. The long toss over the left side. That one's up in the air, should be caught. And I'm surprised no penalty on that. That's intercepted.
Yeah.
That is.
That's Newsom on the interception.
No,
What?
I don't think so. I think that's
But that's not Newsom?
number 12. That's Dante Kitchings who got the start tonight.
Sure
and he's
was.
able to fight off Kadeem Baker, who we have seen really be tough on receivers and from his safety spot, and now tough on a defender from his wide receiver spot. All right, in comes Jeremy Eubank. Crabbers have the ball first down and 10 on their own 22-yard line. Big turnover by the Stallions. They were driving.
That was a big turnover.
52 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Bellamy out this time. Williams in. Hand off that time to Williams up the middle, run through one tackle. And I've got to give Kayshawn Williams credit there. Marshawn Williams, excuse me. He just ran through Mark Hall.
Well,
nice run.
Maybe he's still a little dizzy after that hit.
And I tell you, he not a great spot again for the Crabbers. You got one lineman on the 28. And the ball now is going to be set down close to the 27-yard line. 2nd down and 5 for the Crabbers. Eubank has the play. Jamal Brown already has it. He's out left. Bellamy on the sideline. That's Marshawn Williams in the deep. Bank going to toss it this time. Got a man open, and he drops the ball.
That's the second drop.
He drops tonight. That's Joseph Jardine, who dropped it that time, right in his hands. And that's going to do it for the quarter. After 3 quarters here at Darling Stadium, Hampton leads 16-12 of the Green Run Stallions. See on the replay, Eubank drops back, tosses over, and cameraman expected him to catch it. But he did. So it's going to be 3rd down and 5 here as we start the 4th quarter. Only good news of that quarter was that it's over for the Crabbers.
Well, the Hampton Crabbers have dropped 3 passes the 3rd quarter.
And each one has hurt them badly. So we move to the 4th. 12 minutes left in this ball game. 4-point lead for the Crabbers. Green Run showing life here. They got the touchdown right before the end of the first half. And then get the touchdown early in the 3rd quarter. They are not able to get any sort of extra point or 2-point conversion. So they trail by 4, 16-12. That safety now, Bob, looks pretty big.
It really does, but the Crabbers have just are shooting themselves in the foot with the drop passes and missed tackles. The 5 missed tackles down here on that touchdown run by the quarterback for the Green Run Stallions.
Genoa, yeah. Genoa, who's done just about everything. The only he doesn't do is play defense, and I'm surprised because he is a great athlete. All right, we go back out. Eubank's got to play. Bank flanked out there by Dallas Cogdell. He's going to move out of the backfield. And all the receivers start and go, and nobody hikes the ball. Dante Wilson going to talk to Jeremy Eubank about how that
Dead ball,
didn't work.
first start, on black, still 3.
I don't know what the confusion was, but there was some. Same play I think Mike Smith has told his quarterback.
Just somebody wasn't on the same page. 3 of them were on one page.
3rd and 10 for the Crabbers here early in the 4th quarter.
Let's see what they're going to do if they're going to run the same play, but to the other side of the field.
There's Cogdell left. There was protection, not enough to let Eubank get the pass off. And it's going to be 4th and 17, it looks like, for the Crabbers. And they're going to punt the ball. Curtis Stibe coming in to punt it. Here's the play. There was time, but not quite enough. Receivers well covered.
Well, Devontae Austin, one of the linebackers, the juniors, the one that was in, helped in on the
Travers showing some of the errors that you would expect in the first game of the season, not in the 11th. Though we did see some of these last week with Phoebus. We saw them from both Phoebus and Hampton.
Yeah.
Some of these mental mistakes is what I'd call it. Too many men on, not getting off in time. Here they go. They had to call a timeout.
But that leaves them with 1. They called one earlier when he was trying to draw him offside. There's a shot at the crowd. It's not as full as I thought it would be. And a lot of people might have thought this was going to be live, but a little different when you go to the regional. They want big bucks, and we don't have the resources for that.
It's a shame that we're not being able to broadcast these live as we want everybody, all the family members who can't get down here on a cold night, be able to see the game live. But we'll be broadcast tomorrow at 10:30 and 10:30, 10:30 a.m. and 10:30 p.m. All right, Stibe in punt position. And he kicks the ball, gets the punt away. Nice punt. Up over the 40, 45. Going to take a Crabber bounce. Over the 45 down to the 42 of the Green Run Stallions.
Take over on their own 42.
I want to mention, Bob, we haven't mentioned tonight our sponsors. Game's moving so fast with Green Run. But our second quarter sponsor was Beach Hardware. Great place down there. Beach Hardware is your friendly local hardware store with everything you need to maintain your home inside and out. Second half sponsored by Eric Thompson Realtor. Contact Eric to buy or sell a home or property. Give Eric a call at 685-3127. Replay of the punt there. And the Green Run Stallions come to the line, not really caring about the sponsors right now. I'll talk to that Beach District about that. Genoa is in the shotgun position, and he's going to run this one himself. Up over the line of scrimmage to the right. Up about 7 yards.
And
they're going to give him about 9.
Well, the Crabbers backed up into a pass defense that time. Took a guy off one of the linebackers, dropped him back, and fell right into what Green Run wanted to do.
9-yard pickup for the Green Run Stallions. 2nd and 1. Third quarter sponsored by Kaufman and Knoles with offices in Hampton on Cunningham Drive across from Peninsula Town Center and in Newport News at City Center. Kaufman and Knoles, we can and we will. Genoa checks with his center, steps back in his shotgun where he's been most of the night. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Crabbers with 3 men down in the front. There's a pseudo handoff to Cancio. And he's able to be thrown forward for the first down, caught behind the line of scrimmage, and yet able to roll forward about 3 yards. Pickup of 3 for Cancio, and it's a first down for the Green Run Stallions into Crabber territory. Fourth quarter sponsor, Bob, is by Park Lawn Wood Funeral Home, located at 2552 North Armstead Avenue. The funeral director, Vernon Kruger, out there at Park Lawn. First and 10 for the Stallions here. Genoa in his shotgun, 2 right, 2 left. Cancio is tailback. He was looking for an attempt to draw the Crabbers off. Now they're going to change the play. Receivers reset their feet. Low snap. Genoa throws right. Low pass dropped out there. Damian Smith.
Today's game is also sponsored with Grey Goose Restaurant, located in West Queensway in Hampton. They have tremendous selection of food out there. Also by Rico's Pizza, located at 55 West Mercury Boulevard in the Langley Square Shopping Center. You get pizza and subs and everything you want out there. And Coliseum Central, where everything is located right in the heart of Hampton Roads between Armstead Avenue and Interstate 64.
Second and 10 for the Stallions. 3 receivers left. Tight end in tight this time. High snap, dug out, grabbed by Cancio. He's got the handoff, and he's up over the 40-yard line, down to about the 38. 39 is where they mark it.
Also, man-made management. Hampton Athletes use man-made management because of their best sports agency in area for sports. Former football player Justin Russell, certified sports agent. And, of course, Tidewater Team Sports, located Cannon Boulevard and Oyster Point section, Newport News. Tidewater Team Sports is your one-stop sports headquarters for screen printing, embroidery, uniform, and apparel.
3rd and 3 for the Stallions. Genoa fakes left, throws over the middle, wide open receiver, but he missed it.
Boy, he was wide open.
He faked left and then tried to hit number 9. It looked like Mark Hall again, going across the middle. Who was that? No, it was 10. Amir Clark Groves going across the middle. Couldn't hit him.
And he was wide open.
Genoa did not set his feet there. He kind of reset. It looks like they're going to go for it here on 4th down. They have I know they have a kickoff man, but we haven't seen a punter, or no, I guess we have. But they're not going to punt from there. Same reason the Crabbers don't. Yeah, they take a timeout.
That's not a place that you want to punt from. You don't want to give the ball back to the Crabbers. You don't want them to get a sustained drive and eat up all the clock. You got to be you got to think offensively and aggressive.
Well, we have a break in the action here. I want to mention the crew that's bringing you this game tonight. You can see the camera work is outstanding, and those cameramen, Wube Gebre, Susan Bauer, Gene Wheeler, and Steve Fryer on the cameras tonight. Andy Foley in the truck doing the graphics and animation. Krista Campbell doing that slow motion instant replay, which we are able to bring to you so quick. Camera control operators, Renee Camden. The chief engineer, Don Scharouse. The engineer, Gene Lesko. And, of course, the director and producer, Scotty Bowers, the mastermind. Greg Lesko, excuse me. And the announcers tonight, Frank Edgar, of course, and Bob Hintz, and Brent Musgrove providing us with stats tonight. So good crew bringing you this great football game on a beautiful night here in Hampton, Virginia. It's 16-12 Hampton High School over the Green Run Stallions.
I wonder why we had so much time up here. We forgot about our sponsors, but we don't really forget about them.
Never. No, I will talk more about the Grey Goose. They've got a lot coming up now. There's a pass over the left side.
Great ball.
Well, that's picked up by Kadeem Baker. He's down to the 22-yard line. First down on that pass. And the Crabber defense being riddled here in the second half by the Green Run Stallions. Here's the play. Genoa back, looks quickly to his left, and picks up Baker going across.
Damian Smith, number 1 out there as a wide receiver. He's only 5'9", 160, but threw a nice block.
First down and 10 for Green Run, driving for a touchdown that would put them out in front. High snap brought in by Genoa. He's able to go right that time, right up over the 15. Pushed back, but he gained the 15.
I don't know
of about 7.
If Hampton is half a step slower because this is such a speedy team, or what did it, but Hampton looks like they're about a half step slow tonight.
Well, we said at the beginning of the game we didn't know what Green Run had. We thought they had the combination of running and passing. Now we're seeing that, starting with that last drive in the first half. There he is, up over the 15, and then pull back. 2nd and 3 for the Stallions. Genoa back, goes right that time, wide open out there, number 11. Pick up there.
Got the first down.
Quan Edwards in making that catch for the Stallions. First down for Green Run.
And goal. It's on the 10-yard line.
First and goal. Genoa looking over to his coach, Sean Wilson, getting the sign, flashes the play out to his receivers to the left, two right. Cancio in the backfield. Play call changed by Genoa. Now he's back on the 15, waiting for the hike. There's a handoff to Cancio. He's up the middle. That time stopped before the 10-yard line.
Actually got close to the 5.
Yeah, we got to the 5, excuse me. Looking at the wrong yard line. 5-yard pickup by Cancio, who seemed to be hit close to the line of scrimmage. Let's see. He found a hole right there. Nice trap.
Yeah.
That's 72, of course. Kamari Alcorn, who's been a big part of that line tonight for Green Run.
He's 6'4", 235.
Second and goal from the 5. I imagine they're just going to run right over the top of Alcorn.
Well, that's the guy I'd go after.
From the shotgun. That time, it looks like they move early, but he doesn't. That time, good defense by the Crabbers.
Yeah. Kirk Crabber
Yvonne
kind of
Bellamy
slanted and overshifted that side like they knew what the play was.
Also won by Green Run. Tackle made by Kayvon Bellamy. Third down and 6. Third down and goal from the 6. 6:45, 6:44. Clock running here in the fourth quarter. It's 16-12, Hampton High School. Shotgun again. Dominic Genoa looks left. Now he's going to run right. This time he's going to be yanked down.
Oh, don't do that.
Almost back to the 10. Clock still running.
Well, here's
Loss about
why
3.
I said I would have kicked the extra point when they made the touchdown, because they'd be within 3. You kick a field goal here, you're tied to score.
They went for 2 both times. They had a bad snap and then a play that didn't work. Now it's 4th and goal from the ball. The tail of the ball's on the 10-yard line. 4th and about 9 3/4. Here they go. They got 2 right, 2 left. Everybody looking to the sideline. They're going to change the play. Coach is up here in the box screaming about the lineman. Time called as a discussion is going to continue during a Green Run timeout.
Now that's just their first time out of the second quarter, isn't it? No, that's their
Second timeout.
Second timeout, right? They called one earlier.
You know, we mentioned the sponsors earlier. I want to thank all these people. The Grey Goose has a lot of holiday stuff coming up, and you can go on the web or go on Facebook and follow the Grey Goose and learn about some of their holiday treats. They have Santa Claus come. They have a variety of great meals. They even have a little play they're going to put on this year. So visit the Grey Goose, and when you're not in the mood for that kind of food, try Rico's Pizza, because you get a good sub, get some pizza there. That's terrific food over there at Rico's.
Well, I've been over there, and I love their pizza.
We want to thank our sponsors for helping us put this broadcast on. It's been a lot of fun tonight, and this game is still undecided.
Yeah, we didn't get the chance to talk about Beach Hardware, but they've been in the Buckrow Shopping Center for a long, long time. And we're glad to have them as one of our sponsors.
4th down and goal for the Green Run Stallions. This could be the ball game here, folks. 5:47 left to go in the fourth quarter. 16-12 Hampton lead. Dominic Genoa in the shotgun. Kyle Cancio right next to him. He drops back, goes to Cancio with a pass. Over the 10, he slips, stumbles in his tackle right there at the 5-yard line by Kayvon Bellamy.
Yeah.
And that ball will go over now to the Crabbers. With 5:40 to go in the fourth quarter, a sustained drive here, Bob, would lock up this win.
Sure would. Watch the replay on this. As you watch it, we do want to talk about the game sponsored by Eric Thompson Realtor. You can contact Eric to buy or sell a home. Young man was a tremendous wrestler, and wrestled up in for Tech. Had him in to do an interview on the Sports Time, and still looks like he's in shape. I wouldn't take him on, but maybe you could. You're a little bit bigger.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Crabbers. The ball's on their own 4-yard line. Big series here for Hampton. Eubank hands it off right up the middle. Couple of yards there. It looked like
There's a tough yards too.
that looked like that was Dallas Cogdill coming up the middle. Cogdill on the bottom of the pile there. He's able to push the pile about 4 yards. 2nd and a long 6 for the Crabbers. Clock running, 5:22 now remaining. In comes Kayvon Bellamy. Discussion about who's coming out. Somebody better come out. It looks like one of the receivers, Jonathan Eccles, comes running off the field. So now Bellamy in with Cogdill. Receiver right. Snap. Hand off that time to Bellamy up over the 10. Out to about the 13, maybe the 14. It depends on which line judge you look at. No, back almost to the 12, Bob.
They move that thing up and down and around, and the one down here on this side has got in one place.
Here's the play here. Bellamy finds a seam, as he has all night. Up over the line of scrimmage. And Dan, I swear he's laying on the 14, but the ball spotted between the 13 and the 14.
That camera right
Bellamy.
there, Steve Fry on that camera shot.
Jonathan Eccles comes in now, as does Eubank with the play. Jamal Brown split right. No, he's going to come out. Newsome going to go right. Daquan Moore, the tight end, over on the right side. Here's the pitch out. Up over the 15 to the 20, 25, down to the 30 goes Kayvon Bellamy.
Big first down. Big first down with just under 4 minutes to go.
Oh, that was Williams that time. I fault, but Marshawn Williams, what a run by him. He's been stifled most of the night.
So he got outside, found a seam.
At a nice crease.
Right.
That's where Marshawn has had most of his luck this year, is right off tackle. So first down for the Crabbers, and a big first down as the clock continues to run. 3:43 to go here in the 4th quarter. Crabbers clinging to a 4-point lead. Dallas Cogdale comes off the field. Eubank under center. There's a pitch. That one to Williams. He comes, tries to find the same hole. And he gets just back to the 30-yard line, maybe a hair over.
Looked like he ran into number 32 that time. Derek Wilson, 6'2", 10 senior.
2nd down and 10 for the Crabbers. Clock still running down under 3:10 now. Mike Smith's going to take his time. He's over there giving the play to Jeremy Eubank. In comes Cogdale. Out comes Bellamy. Nope. Going to change. Out comes Jamal Brown.
Let's figure out who's going to come out here in a minute.
Jonathan Eccles is going to stay in. Tall receiver. He's going to play in tight. 2nd and 10 for the Crabbers. Fake. Hand off to Cogdale. He slipped. The play wasn't there. Slipped and was handed the ball as he was pulling himself up.
Well, that's his 3rd and long. Lost almost 2 yards on that play.
Third down and 12. Here's the play again. Let's see if Cogdale slips, and then he never has a chance to regain his feet before he's handed the ball. That may have been a wiser idea to not hand it off. Eubank in with the play. 3rd and 12 for the Crabbers. Clock running, 2:07 now. First down here would seal it for the Crabbers. Eccles out to the left. Here's the pitch. Reverse. Dion Newsome going to try to fight off the tackle. Can't do it.
What a great defensive play that time.
Devontae Austin, wasn't it? Number 24?
Yeah.
Nice play by Austin from his end position. Clock still running, though, Bob. That's the good news. And somebody missed a block.
Yep.
Here comes a kicking squad. Curtis Stibe in to do the punting. 129, 128. Crabbers trying to run that clock. Here they come with the punt. Green Run probably going to try to come get it. 2 men back to catch the punt. Nice snap. Decent kick up to the 50.
Nice.
That's Damian Smith, the speedster. He's Christopher Flood.
right there. The dreadlocks flying.
And he nailed the very speedy Damian Smith, who gained the 46-yard line for the crowd of the Crabbers.
Well, you know they're going to put the ball up in the air. Every time they get a first down, they'll stop the clock. They go out of bounds, they can stop the clock. They got one timeout, they being Green Run.
Oh, here we go. 1 minute, 7 seconds left, fourth quarter. 16-12, Hampton leading Green Run. Green Run with the ball, 1st and 10 from the Crabber 46. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Dominic Genoa in the backfield in his shotgun position, as he's been all but 2 plays, I think, tonight. 3 receivers now left, 1 right. It looks like Mark Hall on the right side. I'd watch him closely. No, he's here in the slot left.
Yeah, he's in the slot.
Should have known by the chest there. There's a high snap pulled in by Genoa. Not going to be able to pass it, so he's going to try to run it. Shakes one tackle, shakes another.
Gets out of bounds, stops the clock.
Crabbers can't tackle anything in the second half. .59 seconds. He's able to get out of bounds at the 40.
Watch
2nd
this.
and 5.
Boy, I tell you, he just got a hand up, but boy, the people are just slipping and sliding.
Field just didn't seem that wet when we were out there before the game.
Sure did.
Here we go. Dominic Genoa back at the 45 in the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 3 right now. Everybody out for Green Run. I think everybody left early. I can't believe no flag on that. Throw to the right, tipped out there.
No,
By number 20, Kayvon Bellamy. No catch, though. Nice play out there by the receiver. That's Damian Smith, who's shown us both great hands and then horrible hands all in one game. But that time, great hands, but he was out of bounds. 3rd down and 5 now. Here's the play. See if it's not tipped right there.
Right there, yeah.
By Kayvon Bellamy.
Well,
Almost came up with a pick.
Yeah, but he didn't catch it anyway.
3rd and 5, a Green Run. In comes number 42, Marshawn Williams. Out comes a very speedy Troy Garrett. And here's a snap. Looks to the left. That time, almost picked off by the Crabbers.
That brings up 4th down, doesn't it?
Yeah, that was Jonathan Eccles, who's really played well tonight.
Yeah.
He's been everywhere. And it's 4th and 5 now, 50 seconds to go in the game. This is the ball game here. 1 timeout left for the Green Run Stallions, and they use it.
Yeah, well, you got to make sure you got a play that's going to pick up the 4 yards, get the first down with 50 seconds left to go.
The Crabbers going to meet here on the near sideline. Green Run meeting closer to the middle of the field with Sean Wilson, their head coach. Done a great job tonight. They were
Yes, he has.
down 16-0 in this ball game late in the second quarter and came back and it made this a close game. 16-12 now, Crabbers. Well, you know, we haven't mentioned it's Veterans Day today, and we want to send a salute out to all the veterans. And want to say hello to all the veterans and thank you, and hope you're enjoying this game as you get to watch it tomorrow and the next day. We'll be on all week.
We got to come up with players of the game too.
Well, I would think the player of the game for Green Run's got to be the quarterback, Dominic Genoa.
Yeah, but we're not going to give him he don't get one. We're going to go on offense.
Well, we'll start with him. Offense for us, we'll have to think. Here's the play. 4th and 5. Genoa's back. He's got time over the middle. Caught. It looks like Mark Hall the way he's running. And he's going to be pulled down at the 16-yard line inbounds. No, one called inbounds, one called out. Hauled down here on the sideline with an injury. Here's the play. Throw over the middle to Hall. He comes left. And there he is down.
Oh, he was inbounds.
Inbounds, and yet the trailing line judge calls him out of bounds. Stops the clock. Hall still down with the cramp. Hopefully that's all it is. I think Kayvon Bellamy's had the night of certainly of his year for the Crabbers on offense. I don't know what his final stats are, but Bellamy it looks like the old Kayvon Bellamy tonight, the one we haven't seen all of the 2011 season. We're watching Mark Hall being attended to here, trying to get a little more fluid in him. The big man pulled down from behind and may have cramped that right leg. I think we would have to go with that. We're trying to pick the defensive player of the game, and Demontre Harper with his interception tonight certainly has been in the right spot. He and Kitchens both have played well, but let's go with Harper, player of the game defensively tonight. Now, Flood's played well, of course. Cogdell's played well. Bellamy's played well. Here's another view of the play from the field. This camera work, Steve Fryer.
It's awesome.
And Gene Wheeler down there on the field doing a great job with cameras. Of course, Wube Gebre and Susan Bowers on the cameras up here on the top, showing you the whole game. 40 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. 16-12, Hampton High School leading Green Run. Here comes Dominic Genoa. 1st and 10 from the 16. Snap back. He looks right. That's Damian Smith drops the ball. Smith has shown us hands and then hands like feet, both in the same game. So 2nd and 10 for the Stallions. That play took 6 seconds. Stallions running out of time here. Of course, a touchdown would seal a game, unless it be a miracle for the Crabbers. Our players of the game, Kayvon Bellamy with what, 86 yards, Bob, on the ground?
86 yards.
On the offense, and Demontre Harper getting the start tonight at linebacker. Had a pick tonight, played very well. So Harper and Bellamy, your players of the game. All right, here they go. 2nd and 10, 34 seconds remaining. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Snap back to Genoa. He looks left. Now he's going to come up the middle. That time he's caught. Clock's going to keep running.
Yeah, because no
Dante
timeouts
Wilson and Christopher Flood in on that stop, appeared to me. They're going to quickly get back to the line. Why is the time called now?
Got a Crabber hurt.
Crabber hurt. Oh, my goodness. And it's Dante Wilson. Looks like he's holding his right arm. He was in on the tackle. Let's see how he may have. Oh, it's not Wilson, is it? It's what's that? Can't see it from the replay. Who's down? Let's hope it's not anything serious.
I can't tell either. Well, he's grabbing his left leg.
Hope it's not Bellamy.
That penalty there is kind of in their favor.
It is Bellamy, I think. Yes, it is. Yep. Pat Gunnan, he's played so well tonight on that ankle. Somebody call Wayne McMasters. Get him out there. Help him with that ankle. We're going to have another long week if we survive tonight. Bellamy's going to take his time getting off field here on that bad ankle. Crabbers with their back against the wall here, trying to hold this 4-point lead. 20 seconds go in the fourth quarter, and one of their best linebackers is having to come off the field. Here come the Stallions. Clock should start as soon as they're ready to play. Garrett moves over to the left side now. Back snap high, grabbed in by Genoa. He throws the right wide open, and the ball goes right through the hands of the receiver.
Wow, was he wide open? My goodness. I thought that was
DeQuan Edwards, it looked like, number 11, isn't it, out on the right? That's not Damian Smith, that's DeQuan Edwards. He was sliding backwards. It clearly slipped, nobody covering him at all, and the ball went right through his hands. 3rd down now and about 6 for the Stallions. 15 seconds remaining in this game. 16-12, Hampton lead. 3 men right. Smith back. Dodges one tackler, dodges another. He's now going right. And he slips and falls. He's brought down.
And that should be
7 seconds.
Why is the clock?
I don't know why the clock is stopping.
7 seconds left.
Oh, that's 4th down. Excuse me, that's 4th down.
Yeah, that was 4th down. That's the reason.
And the Crabbers are going to snag a 16-12 victory here at Darling Stadium on Veterans Day 2011. as Dominic Genoa slips and falls. And he started with a slip, and we ended with a slip tonight. As Genoa certainly showed his skills tonight. Bob, I think the Crabbers are going to be lucky to get away with this one.
They are that.
They did nothing after the midway point of the second quarter on offense. Eubank's going to take the final snap of the game and take a knee, and that's going to do it. The Crabbers get out of Darling Stadium tonight 16-12 over the Green Run Stallions in what was a great ball game for the Crabbers early on and a terrific second half for the Green Run Stallions.
Yeah.
Not quite enough, though.
Well, they controlled the whole second half, basically. Scored one touchdown, but again, I go back to when they scored that second touchdown, you kicked the extra point. Now you're within 3. They got down here and had to go for a touchdown. He didn't get it. You kicked the field goal, and you got a tie game. And that way, you know, if you run out of time, you don't lose it.
Right. And, you know, we've seen on the Peninsula District this year, we have seen the value of kickers. In fact, over the past few years, as Eric Anderson has won so many games for the Phoebus Phantoms, we saw the 60-yard field goal this year from the Minchville kicker. We saw the great kicking from the Woodside kicker, setting records. So we see the value of a kicker, and that would have come in handy tonight for Green Run. They could have gone for a field goal there and won it if they had kicked those extra points. Well, we had a great ball game here tonight. Final score of 16-12. The Hampton Crabbers, they advance to next weekend. They await the winner. We want to thank our sponsors of tonight's game.
And our crew.
And we'll thank the sponsors first. Beach Hardware down on Pembroke Avenue. Eric Thompson, the realtor. Kaufman and Knoll's Park Lawn Wood Funeral Home. The Grey Goose, Rico's Pizza, and Coliseum Central. Thanks to all the sponsors tonight. Also Made Men Management and Tyler Team Sports. Players of the game tonight, Kayvon Bellamy on the offense, DeMontre Harper on the defense. And want to thank our crew, Wube Gebre on cameras, Susan Bowers on the cameras, Gene Wheeler and Stephen Fryer on the cameras down on the field, Andy Foley in the truck, Krista Campbell on the instant replay, Renee Camden, the camera control operator, Don Scharouse, the chief engineer, the engineer, Greg Lesko, and our director, of course, the multi-talented Scotty Bowers. The announcer tonight, want to thank Bob and Brent Musgrove. This is Frank Edgar. Bob, any last words?
No. Good night. Thank God.
Thank you.
Got out through that one.
Good night. So long
Today's
from
game
Darling
is sponsored
Stadium.
by the Grey Goose Restaurant, located on West Queens Way in Hampton. Enjoy the wide selection of breakfast and lunch dishes, sure to please your appetite. Follow the Grey Goose Restaurant on Facebook, the restaurant that's also a bakery. Coliseum Central. Coliseum Central is located right in the heart of Hampton Roads, between Armistead Avenue and Interstate 64. You can take care of all your shopping, dining, entertainment, medical, and business needs right here. Who will represent you? Hampton athletes use Made Men Management because it's the best sports agency in the best area for sports. Rico's Pizza, located at 55 West Mercury Boulevard in the Langley Square Shopping Center. Rico's Pizza is sure to hit the spot after the game. Call 723-6850 today to place your order. Tidewater Team Sports, located at 11839B Cannon Boulevard in the Oyster Point section of Newport News. Tidewater Team Sports is your one-stop sports headquarters for screen printing, embroidery, uniforms, and apparel. Call 594-0411 and talk to David Chubb or Terry McNamara. Sponsored in part by attorneys at Kaufman and Knoll's, with offices in Hampton on Cunningham Drive across from Peninsula Town Center and in Newport News at City Center. Kaufman and Knoll's. We can and we will. Park Lawn Wood Funeral Home, located at 2552 North Armistead Avenue. The funeral director is Vernon Kruger. Beach Hardware, located at 1951 East Pembroke Avenue in the Buckrow Shopping Center. Beach Hardware is your friendly local hardware store with everything you need to maintain your home inside and out. Eric Thompson Realtor. Contact Eric to buy or sell a home or property. Give Eric a call at 685-3172 or email him at eric@findhrhomes.com.